You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, if Otani doesn't pitch, Bench drives one to deep right field. Adele back at the wall, leaping, it's gone! Home run! Carson Bench homers for the second straight night to put the Mets back in front. Smoked up the middle. Oh, my! Oh, baby! McLean to right. Deep gap. Gone! Ninth of the year for number 9. The Mac attack with a 2-out solo shot.
Drilled to deep center. Petey Halpin on his horse. Oh, he made the catch! And let's hope he's okay. He went full speed, never gave an inch, and plowed into the center field wall. He hangs on.
It's Abreu. Torches it into right field. Montgomery looks. Abreu has done it again. 20th home run of the season. Red Sox expand their lead.
Welcome in, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
Time the frick out.
Yeah.
Why is it so? First of all, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Is that me or
I can hear you.
I can't?
You can't hear me at all?
Yeah, it just feels like you were yelling.
Oh, sorry. Well, I think Avery was messing with your dials over there. She might be a little
Avery like gum?
She might be a little hard of hearing. I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, yeah, because it's a...
You know what Rico said the second he walked in?
Avery didn't answer my question yesterday.
He just comes in and goes, Avery, name a black guy.
She never answered it. I'm offended.
Wow. So how you guys started?
That's how he started.
Look, I don't care who's sitting in that chair. We're having fun.
I was chomping at the bit to see her in this capacity. I didn't get to hear a ton. I heard like the first, not the first. I heard like 40, like 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen here, guys.
Like on the way down. So I, like the rest of my life, apparently I'm on delay. Because I'm calling because I'm listening to the show. Shane doesn't answer. And this is what Rico says. So I'm like, I heard Rico. Rico's there. So I call Rico on Bluetooth, driving in rain. I can't see a goddamn thing on the way to Lincoln. My man Rico doesn't you know how you're, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Or, you know, normal people say hello.
Yeah.
Rico, this is Rico. We're doing a show, bro. Good morning to you, too, Suave.
You're lucky I didn't answer it the way I was going to.
Oh, that wasn't great.
How are you going to answer it?
And then I go,
What do you want?
Well, I was about to say. And then I go, hey, do you guys need me or not? And he said, like a whiny, like KJ who didn't get enough cereal. He was like, no, we have the Washington guy on right now. I was like, my bad. Goodbye. See, that's why I'll mess around with the phone.
I'm sorry. Yesterday was a lot.
Why? What was going on?
We were having some audio issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad you waited till I was not here because that stuff frustrates the poop out of me.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had a good time. We were trying to decide whose fault it was, and by we, I mean I was trying to decide whose
Let me
fault it
guess,
was.
you blamed it on liquidity.
No, I didn't. I gave 4 options, equally as likely to be at fault.
Shane, did you feel like you were unfairly represented? That's all I want to know, because I'll make up for it today.
No, Avery had my back.
Okay. Well, she's kind of dipped, although she does have a nasty streak.
She does. She's got a little mean streak.
Yeah, she kind of lays in the cut because she didn't say boo.
Yeah,
but
you gotta keep your head on a swivel though. Like she'll get you.
So this is what I learned to appreciate about Ave. She can operate amongst wolves and not be a sheep. Like she can transition into being a wolf.
Oh no, yeah.
You know what? I'll take
got
it.
The teeth.
Yeah, like, and it's kind of she knows what she's dealing with. I was like, okay.
Her and I talk enough. Like she knows what she's getting with me. Like so she's like fully aware.
Yeah, I was.
And she's like the only person.
I mean, not that I had anything against anybody co-hosting. I was like, I really would like to hear.
Yeah.
3 hours.
It's been a couple years since she filled in with me. At least.
Did you feel like I was were you like, look, man, I'll do the show with who I want to do the show with?
No, you're fine.
Okay, because that was just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, I got you. It was a good idea. She had been at Lincoln with all the interviews and stuff.
And she, like, I would have probably, well, clearly, because we're different, I would have attacked her from a couple of different angles because I know kind of what she's sitting next to me in the press room in the Big Ten Media Days. And she's obviously in our tech strand too. So I was like, this could be interesting. Because I think the things that she's interested in and in general are things that kind of the lay people don't understand about what this team needs.
Like what?
Like, we talk a lot about, I don't even know what we're doing having sports this early, but
I mean,
we talk a lot about, well, this person's coming back and who can play this position and, you know, these physical battles. I don't really think that's as critical to this 2026-27 team as normal. I think the things that ail these guys are things that you cannot see. So for as bad as they looked at times last year physically, I still think the catalyst was emotions.
We did talk.
They're not near as bad physically as some of those performances on paper. And I started thinking about this after we started crunching all the numbers in the red zone and rushing attempts. And then somebody asked me on a board about quarterback run game and why was it so bad. And it just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at tape. Right? And I'm like, some of it was skill, right? Like, I'd like to have a little better here, a little better here.
Sure.
But a lot of it is like, I don't know, man, how much you guys really rocking with this?
Yeah.
And then Jameer Khan.
And we didn't go have a plan last year.
Said something that I was like, I tried to tell you guys. And it's not like I'm not like, hey, but I can see. I've sat in enough meetings.
Well, and also,
and I'm like, somebody finally said the quiet part out loud, and you're not. And I like the fact that JC, he owned it, right? He was like, man, some of that's on us too.
Yeah, he said the coaches knew what they were doing, but like we weren't ready. We didn't have a plan as players.
This didn't like.
And that to me that indicates either a emotional or just some sort of mental hurdle, right? Like it may just be, hey, I'm not confident in what I'm doing.
Yep.
It might be emotional, like, hey, I don't trust my teammate to do what they're supposed to do.
And you have to get to a point, maturity-wise, where you can push through being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to be able to.
There's no mythical age that happens, right? I'm in my 50s. I'm going through the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I just have more experience.
Yeah, you've got more to draw from.
Right? But I'm not. The last 3 weeks, would you call me comfortable?
I would not.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable.
I would not.
You know what I mean? So
at some point, though, you have to be able to full send without like having all the facts.
Right.
You just got to be like, hey, this is what I know. I got to make a decision. Let's do it.
So that's that's why I was exceptionally giddy. Not Josh, although all he's clear of that hurdle. Yeah. Over watching OTAs. And I'm like, you have to learn to push through coming out of the back end of lack of success.
Yeah.
All right. You know, when we went and studied Army and how they attack the weight room and pushing through failure and how they don't end on it and you finish reps, like they have a very unconventional way of attacking the weight room. We took, we at Westside took a lot of ideas from how Army approached the weight room. And I think hopefully we'll see dividends here this season. But anyway, like this whole mindset, we had this fantastic conversation probably about 3 or 4 months ago about the chicken or the egg of needing to be in tough situations to push through tough situations, or do you have to have the acumen or the mental makeup
Yeah, are you born with a certain like demeanor to like at a certain point? Do you either have the skill set to get through those tough situations or not?
Or do you need to be in those situations and come out of the back end? Because there's 3 things we heard all off season. Just the whole shut up and work thing, which was evident. Coach Rule spent, I felt like, an inordinate amount of time about what has to happen in close games in fourth quarters. So that's clearly a thing. Yeah. Right? Then, I don't know if you guys got to it, but then there was what's happening in the weight room in the offseason with Corey Campbell.
Yep. A lot of grit.
And I was like, how many times did you hear that word?
A bunch. I stopped count. I didn't keep count, but it was a ton.
So
yeah, we're working a lot of grit stuff.
Did you go through the Corey Campbell thing?
We haven't yet. I waited for you because I wanted you.
Oh, that's nice. You finally did something kind.
I'm always kind to you, DB. At least when we're not on the air.
Hey, Shane. When your garage hit the skids, do you remember that?
Oh, like it normally does, yeah.
And you were stuck?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could, Kobe. That's up to you.
What did Kobayashi say?
Well, he's being a little inappropriate.
What did he say? Well, all right. What's my man?
He said, "Bring Avery back. I can't call DB a rocket."
What's a rocket?
Somebody unusually attractive.
Oh, is that Avery?
That's what Kobe is saying. And I said, well, you could call DB a rocket if you really wanted to, Kobe.
This dude said, bring it. Dang, Kobe. I'm out again. Are you sick of this relationship?
No, Kobe's just, I mean, there were some people in the chat that were being a little horny yesterday. That's all I'm going to say.
Come on, man.
They were. What do you want me to say?
Come on.
I was just like, you got to.
I literally, I texted Austin. It was like 8:20. And I was like, brother, why are people this horny in the morning?
According to studies, that's peak testosterone.
That's true. We know this from our friends at Next Gen Male Medical. They told us about it.
Oh, and Rico, don't act like you don't wake up with those little pup tints. Relax.
Like, whoa.
I don't even mean it like that. I'm just saying, like.
Kobe says I was respectful. So respectfully calling people rockets.
Is that?
That might be a, like, I know what it means. I don't know how common it is amongst youth or if that's like a Kobe term or what, but I'm familiar.
TB ain't a rocket. No, but I do like Elton John.
Rocket Man.
No, stop.
No?
No. No. Not a tuning fork.
Wow, listen, I was doing a cappella. It's hard to get the.
No, I get it.
Do you want to get that perfect pitch, Ravi? Just find it somewhere.
He said perfect pitch. How about your fastball, Rico? Hey, so Shane, is your garage? You have to put. Is it manual?
I got a garage door opener.
Okay, so your boy just coughed up 350 big ones on his garage.
For the opener?
My springs were shot.
Oh.
Did it like actually snap?
I'm going to tell you a quick story on how don't put things off. You know, they thought I had meningitis because I had the abscess because I didn't get my nose fixed.
Yeah.
My quad, I had to have the emergency. Get stuff fixed when it's supposed to.
So, like, when I tell you, hey, go see an eye doctor, like, you should probably go see an eye doctor.
No, because I don't know if you listen to Elon Musk. I'll be able to see when I go blind. He's going to put some fake retinals in me where I can see images like Daredevil. Then when it rains, I can see pictures clearly.
And then Jennifer Garner will just be like, I'm right here, DB.
I'm not in on Jennifer Garner. It was an example.
That's what he sees when he closes his eyes. Yeah, Jennifer Garner. I'm still waiting on all those like high-speed rails and stuff that Elon Musk said he was going to build. So
we're not believing Elon?
I mean,
he sounds so believable.
I think there's still like a bunch of people waiting on like Tesla Roadsters and stuff too. So I mean,
it worked for the guy in 7 pounds.
I mean,
Woody Harrelson had Will Smith's eyes.
There are, I don't know if it's retina or cornea, but there are eye transplants that work. I don't trust Elon Musk to put technology in my head that is gonna.
Would I be like the $6 million man where I could see Rico being a jerk from far away? Be like, boop, 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 boop.
You should see if Elon has anything that can make you run 30 miles an hour.
I'll never live that.
That technology doesn't exist yet.
Boop, 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 boop. So
we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
Exactly. Hey, not bad for a pup. Okay.
We can make him better than before.
Showing some range.
Watched a lot of movies with my grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spent a lot of time with your boy Foreman yesterday. I still don't know why he likes you.
I don't either, honestly.
It's not.
I'm not very nice to him.
Don't I sound just like him?
Nailed it.
Thank you.
So you're messing with your garage spring.
So for like 6 days, probably, a week, I thought it was the eyes. You know how your things talk to each other on the bottom of
like
your
the
garage?
sensors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I screwed it in. I made sure the lights were green. But you'd have to use the remote control. What? What I do now?
It's not you. It's the chat.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hashtag be kind. Okay? Get your boy some slack. So, I would, like, hold it, man. And then it would be stuck. And I would always do it. And I would be like, sometimes Zoe would be with me, and she was small enough. I was like, hey, Zoe, fix the eye. Like, I taught her how to do it, just in case it got. So, for whatever the reason, I just got sick of doing it. So, I got a guy, and he is like my new best friend. But anyway, he can do everything. I like he's just, everybody needs a guy.
Yeah.
But he was a connect from Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Who I saw yesterday. And Lupe's going on a vacation. Lupe must have done really good putting his money away.
Yeah.
Yeah. My man Lupe. I never see him go to work. But Lupe doesn't want for much. What? Well, we work different now. I'm not around all the time.
Like, I never see him go to work.
Anywho.
It just hit me funny.
I mean, maybe Lupe works from home. I don't know.
So
Maybe he's got one of them remote jobs,
Yeah.
There's like 4 years nobody saw me go to work, and I was working.
So
Maybe Lupe has some underground tunnels. I don't know.
Lupe's a stud. I talked to him in front. He's one of those few neighbors that I can like talk to outside by my. If you guys don't leave me alone, I'm not here for this. Okay.
Okay.
I got your back.
You haven't said a word.
I mean, it's a silent back, but
That's totally on me.
Okay, so Lupe's on vacation. He hooked you up with your garage
No,
guy.
he's not leaving until the 11th.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so we're going. Yeah, Lupe KP. He is the plug. I'm serious.
That's not what he means. That's not what he means.
Oh,
You can't say that.
are you guys making fun of me again?
No, we're not. That's not what he means, though.
is that another rocket term?
Oh God.
No.
That's what the tunnels are for.
That was only one of the two jokes I was making. Plug is a drug distribution term.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I'm just.
DB's black. He knows.
Look at his face.
I'm 100% sure you can't say that. What is going on?
This is what happens when you miss a day.
Are you crazy?
Rico is loose this morning.
He's black. You know. What?
I just want to
Like your people are pushing keys across cargo ships.
I just want to make it clear that I did not say that.
Both sides of me know that.
Planes to start drugs in Harlem? No. The Hispanic people were there first with the whites. You guys gave us the distribution. Flying folks over to Nam. Like, we didn't start this.
Both sides of me know this.
This dude said, you're black. You know. Rico.
Jim said, hey, just tuned in. I'm just saying, I didn't see a lot of Hispanic dudes in American Gangster, but maybe that was just a film adaptation. I don't know.
Pablo Escobar has got to be like a cousin of mine somewhere down the line.
Just smooth as Malanta. Just rolled right off his tongue.
Coach Lloyd. Wow. Right. I didn't say it this time. I want to be very clear about that. I didn't. I was clearly in safe ground this time. I was over here. I was talking about just.
Robbie was thinking it. I just had to say it.
No, Rico. You're not. You're a bad kid.
I'm 32.
At least he didn't call you naughty this time.
That's true.
Okay. Dude, you got up. You can't help yourself either. Huh?
Nah. Honestly, I'm the good one today, though.
No.
Listen,
I wasn't able to talk yesterday. I have a lot of pent up aggression.
It's true. He was echoing every time he talked. So, like, this is 2 days worth of jokes and naughtiness that he's just getting out right now.
I don't even understand. Like, boy, that one's going to hurt, Rico. I mean, you said a lot of borderline things, but just calmly, no change of voice flexion, no nothing. Just, he's black. He knows.
Corey says, TK, there was a crime. Get in here.
TK also said, leave sweet angel Rico alone.
First of all, TK will be all for the minorities getting in trouble. So TK's probably like, yep, tell him, Rico.
He's like,
yep.
He does know. I'm being TK.
Okay.
TK knows all about plugs.
Okay.
That's what he does for a living.
It's fine.
On the other side of the law.
So anywho,
Lupe got you a
I was
garage door
doing
guy.
that for like 6 or 7 days.
Mm-hmm. Having Zoe adjust the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up and down. And so my guy, he's working and he's like, yeah, I can save you a little money. It's gonna be about $350 though.
Mm-hmm.
I take Venmo. I was like, oh, we're doing this now. How about an invoice? No.
Can we do like a net 60 situation here?
So he's like, yeah, a couple of things. Like, I just want to share with you. I'm glad you called me last minute because he's basically 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, one of two things or both were going to happen. You're on the verge of burning out the motor.
Not great.
And I was like,
More expensive.
Yeah. Just adding to the cost, in addition to the springs. And he's like, oh, yeah, worst shit, could have died. And I was like, how?
Yeah, man, those springs are crazy.
He goes, yeah, when the springs go, the door just drops. And I was like, oh, what's that Venmo again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was there a dash in there?
So now it's super quiet, and I can get in and out. And I wonder,
that's low-key a funny Venmo joke.
So sometimes Lupe would say, hey, your garage door's open. And I was like, I'd look at my Q code on my phone. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, you know, I'm quick to blame somebody. I'm like, oh,
who left the garage door open? I closed that thing when I left.
You know, but yeah, so that's how I'm just happy to be here.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Strolling in at 6:58.
That's about right.
Shut up. Rico, I'm shook.
I asked if you were coming. You said yes, so I knew you'd show up.
Yeah. At some point.
Do I need to apologize?
No, you're a bad kid. You're not. No. No.
The thing I was talking about is sometimes the springs will snap and like shoot off into your garage.
He did say that. So
that can kill you also.
He's fixed a ton of places at like, you know, like Pepsi or FedEx or
like with the big ones.
Yeah, and he's like, it's dangerous. But
that's like I get in my car before I open my garage because of that.
I don't even know what that is, Corn Raider. Are you being serious, or is this another inside joke that you guys will all be?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about.
I know you don't know.
I'm not a maintenance guy. I always have to call a guy because I can't do anything.
Rico, should I know how to oil my springs?
I have no idea. That seems like an old person joke, but I'm not gonna go there.
This dude is in rare form.
Last winter, my garage door spring broke. We rent though, so we had to like call the rental property, and then it took them like 2 days to have somebody come out and fix it.
No, Corn Raider's being serious. I wonder where you start with the oil.
Yeah, I wouldn't even I understand how it probably makes the spring operate better. I wouldn't even know.
So now it's like perfectly level. I was getting ready to think it was a foundation issue.
Oh no, yeah,
he was like,
just off.
No, he fixed the rubber. Like I was like, okay,
nice.
So we're gonna be besties.
You and the guy?
Yeah.
What else are you gonna have him do?
I don't know. I'm gonna make up something just because I like talking to him.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit with that 350 every time, though, man.
Nah,
Are
man.
you gonna start breaking stuff around your house so he has to come fix it?
No, no.
It's not a rom-com, Rico. Like he's not.
Oh no, my sink.
So he calls it back.
I don't want
like,
to date the guy. I just liked him. Weirdo.
You said you wanted to hang out with him.
I thought he was very knowledgeable about a lot of things that I don't know. So of course I like that.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like a walking cheat code with like stuff around your house. And he can fix like low voltage stuff.
Oh yeah, like electricity.
He's like,
stuff?
as long as it's not behind a drywall, like I can help you out. So immediately my mind starts, CCTV?
Joe B says there's 2 types of garage door opener repair guys. Guys missing a finger and ones they're about to lose one.
He was a wiry, strong little thing though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you know, I was like, hey, would you like an ice water? Like, would you like to stay and talk? I was like, nah, I probably got things to do. But I remember he brought his own fan.
How long was he there for?
Not including when he had to go get the parts. Probably
start to finish.
40 minutes.
Including
45.
the parts?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Yeah, so if he's making $350 an hour, he doesn't want to stay and talk to you.
He says 24 hours too. And
That's what I'm saying. Like, brother's like, no, I'm leaving. Bye.
I wonder what would have happened if like a spring would have snapped. I just took a card from Ever Level the other day.
Oh, because you thought it was a foundation deal?
Yeah, because I just, I'm OCD. I don't want anything to look off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can see a little light under there. But nope, no more. He's going to fix the heater in my garage.
Oh, yeah. You just want to hang out there?
Yes.
When it gets too cold for the deck or what? You can hang out like inside your house like a normal person.
Do you think you can fix your deck if it gets broken?
My deck is fine, Rico. I just got it restained.
Why'd you do that?
I can't. It's fine.
Corey's right. Yeah, garage doors springs break. It causes lots of trouble. Got lots of problems.
Yeah, he said I was very fortunate. So
Yeah.
he's my new friend.
We had one of those at my parents' house when I was growing up. It snapped and like shot like basically
like my mental makeup here in about 4 minutes.
Maybe you're resilient.
Do you know what I'm literally doing while I'm having this conversation?
What's that?
I'm going back to the pep talks of kindness with Jay about Rico. I'm like, there's got to be some good in there. There's got to be some good in there. And I was like, no, there's not. He sucks. I was like, there's got to be some good in there. And I was like, no, I'm not. He sucks. So there's like this internal battle. There's 75 things going on in my head at once, and they're all around wanting to kill Rico.
Hey. Hey, look, DB, look at me.
He says, hey.
DB,
No,
look at me.
Rico, you started it with the whole rocket stuff.
I didn't start that.
Rocket Man.
He's the one that can't sing.
Big Elton John guy.
Listen, acapella is hard.
How do I
Excuse me?
say goodbye?
Which one's that? Is that Elton?
That was Boys to
Oh,
Men.
so that's not Elton John. What are we talking about here?
Boys to Men, Sam's the crazy dude with the deep voice that they kicked out.
Boys to Men.
What were they just on, and they were like in their own world?
Oh,
All-Star Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, El Haribe.
Well-
Exactly, Shake and Bake. I am. A lot of grit. A lot of grit. Anyway, back to that.
Back to the lab again.
Yeah, and I was saying, like, in the red zone, like the smooth non-transition. Speaking of grit, DB, no.
DB, I think you are an attractive young man.
What do you mean?
Cody's killing me. Absolutely killing me.
Would you rather be a rocket or a plug?
A plug.
All right.
I want to be the guy that people go to when they need something. I spent 3/4 of my life being that dude. Somebody needs to plug me. I like make sure that I'm got resources that I need.
Yeah. People helping you out.
I'm done, man. This freaking thing. It's fine.
He left.
I know he did because he's an idiot. That's fine.
So we're talking about Corey Campbell.
I'm gonna be talking to myself here in a second. I already am. Look, he's so stupid. He's back there laughing, choking on the floor.
I think he's dying.
I can't stand him.
I think he's dying. You want me to change the subject?
No, he's. Where's Austin?
Where is Austin?
How bad is it when I'm asking for Jimmy Neutron?
Help me.
It's not what I'm saying. You're an idiot too.
I'm the good one this morning.
No, you're not.
I think I am.
No, you're not.
Are you sure?
Yes. You're not. I think
I didn't even say anything.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yes, you did.
I walked away because I didn't want to say anything.
Voice where he's trying to appeal to me. Yeah, because he knows I kind of like. No, you're not really like Zoe. Just trying to reel me back in.
I did my best not to do anything. I tried.
But I guess my best wasn't good enough. So here we are back where we were before. We're back to being strangers.
Which one? Who's that? I don't know that one.
Of course, because he's black.
That's not true.
Do you like black quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think they're great. Some of them. Some of them aren't good. Just like white quarterbacks. Some of them are great. Some of them are not good.
Anyway, I want to take a quick break. Okay. Unless you just want to roll into what Corey Campbell said.
Let's take a break. Let's reset here a little bit.
You go home. Get the other guy back. Get the anti-DEI hire back in here.
I feel like with this show, he's the DEI hire.
That's true.
That's true.
Shane and Austin are outnumbered here.
Yeah. Get the other guy back in here for some white balance.
You do realize it would have been much worse if he was here.
I don't know. I don't feel great right now, so I would like to put that to the test.
You're like, it might not be better, but at least it'll be different.
Guys are lucky I'm cool, man.
What'd I do?
What don't you do?
I was just sitting here.
Like a great big spoon just stirring the flipping pot.
I'm just over here trying to eat my Cheez-Its, man.
Why are you double bagging it today?
Well, because they're little bags. Little bags. See?
Such a child.
I'm hungry.
Richard Head.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Feeling tired? Foggy? Just off? At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, we offer hormone evaluations, peptides, supervised weight management for men and women. Most insurance accepted. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com.
Actually, last year this past year at the Super Bowl, and when it was in San Francisco, I was at a dinner for Gatorade, and I had wanted to introduce myself to George Kittle, and him and his wife had both said that they had watched us play before. So that was a really cool moment, and I actually saw Claire at the World Cup. What was that, 2 weeks ago? So that was a cool moment for me, because I'm like, see, like, these people are seeing it, like, they're watching. I would say that one was pretty cool for me, and I also think Claire Kittle is just like the coolest person ever. I think she's, excuse my language, I think she's a badass, but that was definitely a cool one. And then Tom Brady, probably.
Ooh, I know that is cool.
I know Tom and I have some connections to Michigan. Obviously, he played there. My uncle is the AD, godfather. And I believe that he knew my dad to some capacity, so I know there's a connection there. But that was pretty cool.
He shouted you out in his Instagram story too.
Yeah, he did.
That was cool.
It was cool.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We've kind of settled a little bit, tried to get back on track. DB's drinking his cherry bundi over here, Cheribundi. I don't know how to pronounce it.
CHRIBUNDI.
Wait, there's an E in there, right? CHERI? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It's supposed to help you sleep. I hope it helps me calm down.
I mean, you don't want to fall asleep right now. That'd be awkward.
No, it'd take about 12 hours, probably.
Not ideal.
So I took about 6 of these out of the fridge yesterday in Lincoln, and I had them in my pockets, and I was practically, my top was like dragging on the ground. People were like, "What's in your pockets?"
Oh, they're just
"What's in the box?"
Just stealing stuff from the university. That's fine.
I don't steal, I kill. I asked.
Oh, it's very few ingredients here.
It basically tastes like cherry tart.
Well, that is the number one ingredient, so that would make sense. Tart cherry juice.
Okay.
Not from concentrate. Water. Apple juice concentrate. Can I smell it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to just like stick my nose in your.
I know, that's a pet peeve. I'm glad you asked.
It does smell very tart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going in my water.
Are you mixing it with anything over there? What do we got? I'm like other
Club soda.
Yeah. Because that would be like, it seems like a lot to drink
I
concentrated.
usually, the
Or
last
do you do
couple
like
of
a
days,
shot
I've
kinda?
just been slamming it.
Yeah, just hammering it down.
But it's not great in the morning. But I didn't bring my shower bag in. I did bring it in yesterday. I did a sit down with Kyle for the network, and he goes, so I was like scrolling through my shower bag, and he's off to the side, and he goes, "That's totally normal. Nothing weird about that at all."
It's like your little like tote bag, right? Like your little
Yes. I was just showing him the range that's in the bag. It's like a survival. It's just a grown man survival kit.
My dad used to call them like shaving kits. Like
They
that.
are.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the only guy that's probably killed Jim. Where's Avery? Everybody wants Avery back. That's fine. You guys can have Avery back.
I don't think their motives are pure. I'm just going to be honest with you. Based on how the chat went yesterday, I don't feel like their motives are pure.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it was to drive to Lincoln in the rain?
Oh.
I'd never been in that situation, and it was about as bad as I've driven for just rain.
You should drive to Omaha in the rain.
I'm sure the direction didn't matter. I'm just telling you that it was raining very, very hard.
I know, it sucked.
Like really hard.
I was also
like,
making that drive.
I'm glad your lights work because I'm only looking for red brake lights.
Because I can't see anything.
No, it was pretty crucial.
Not ideal. That happened to me once driving from...
I can see far away, KJ. I just can't see close up.
It happened to me once driving home from Elkhorn.
And cars are a good 8 feet from me. I can see it. I probably should be more, but...
Yeah, you probably need to be in those conditions. Probably need to be more than 8 feet there, DB.
Okay, look, it's probably 10 yards.
Sure. How fast could you run that?
He's got better instincts than all of them. He's good.
My bad. That's my bad. That's on me. That was on me.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Totally fine.
No, that happened to me once when I was driving back from driving home Elkhorn to Ashland, and back when 204th Street was more of a highway before they put in all the stoplights, and it was so bad I was trying to pull off on the side of the road, but everyone else had already done that, so I just had to keep driving. There was no room to actually get off the road. It was terrible.
TK, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, not yet.
It's because you were slamming those cherry bundies. You said it put you to sleep. You're tired.
Do you need some Monster?
I did not know Austin's here. So, of course, I had to recalibrate. So
Is he here?
I go wash my hands, wash my face. I said, you know what? I'm going to start over. I'm gonna get all this gunk off of me around here. And Neutron's back there, and he goes, there's nothing I could contribute to that conversation without further, gassing you up. I remained silent.
I was like,
at least he knows.
Asking Austin for help is like just going and taking a gas can. You'll be like, maybe this will put out the fire.
I was just looking for a break. I'm on a bad run here about the last month. It's tough first hours.
I think you're doing great.
I'm
really proud of you. I think you're doing really good work.
I didn't walk out a couple weeks ago. But Rico, that is arguably the worst thing that you've ever said to me.
If that's the worst thing I've ever said to you,
I'm pretty sure.
DB, if that's the worst thing I've ever said to you, then we are on a good path.
No.
Because I've said terrible things to Ravi.
No, like
he has said terrible things to me.
That was pretty bad, though.
It was. I wasn't even gonna say it. I'll just put it that way.
And he wasn't. He interjected.
Yeah, and it was quick. There was very little thought.
He's black. He should know. So now I just do drugs.
No, you hand them out and get paid for it.
Can I just say one of the things that from school, talking about handing out drugs, like,
do you still have your drug-free pledge T-shirts?
No, but speaking of those, I was prepared for way more people to offer me free drugs as an adult than actually happened. Like, they made it seem like just around every corner, as soon as you get to high school, people are like, hey, you want some free drugs? Hey, you want some free drugs? Nobody's ever offered me free drugs. What are we talking about here?
Heartbroken by the lack of free drugs.
I'm just saying, like, they set up some promises. Maybe it's the economy. Maybe back in, like, the 90s, they were handing out free drugs, and then, you know, the economy kind of
I don't think they were ever for free.
I'm just saying. That's what they made it seem like. They're like, you're going to be having to turn away free drugs all the time, and that's just not the case.
Like dodging drugs?
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, man, whoa, where all these free drugs come from?
Just say no.
Yeah, just say, to who? I would love to have to say no.
To Rico anytime he wants to turn his mic on. Anywho, going back to...
I just feel misled.
I have to, like... Dude just casually dropped that. Like...
Do you want me to tell you a story about a dog to kind of palate cleanse the situation here?
A dog?
Yeah.
Like a real dog?
Yeah, a real dog.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I almost adopted a dog yesterday.
Oh.
Our friends over at Hurrdat One were participating in the Nebraska Humane Society Barks and Rec program, where you can like take a dog on a little field trip.
Yeah.
And they brought in this adorable little, listed as a boxer mix, named Bean. She was like all white.
As in Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adorable.
It's always about Kobe.
I loved Bean. And I was like, I'm like sending pictures to Natasha, and I was like, I think I have to adopt this dog. I got on her,
Let me see a picture.
I got on her profile and on the Humane Society website, and she doesn't get along with cats. And I can't give her a potato.
Dude, you need to ditch the cat.
Nope, that's not fair to do to an animal.
Wait,
and I love potatoes.
That's the dog?
Yeah, that's.
You fell in love with that dog?
Oh, don't say anything bad about Bean. We love Bean.
Bean might have a cute disposition.
Look at that. Look at Bean.
Oh, she looks
Look
like.
at Bean.
Can she see through her eyes?
Yeah, look.
Why
at
do they
Bean.
look closed?
Look at that dog.
No, that's no.
Yeah. Listen,
You did okay. You dodged a bullet.
No, I didn't. Bean was terrific. I'm very upset about not being able to take Bean home. Apparently, her prey drive is too high. So, like small animals and
Her what drive?
Prey drive, like like hunting drive,
Oh.
like going for prey.
Oh, prey.
Yeah,
P-R-E.
EY. Yeah.
I was like, she pawed up?
Super religious, not for me.
Heavenly Father, please don't let me kill Rico today. Amen.
I was going to say, the thing you have to repress?
Wait, repress or suppress?
Either one.
No, I'm excommunicated. I can't have a dog with high prey drive either, you know? No, she apparently has too high of a prey drive, so the small animals, and I think even small dogs.
That thing is, I'm going to have to stop beating the table.
Yeah, just stop smacking the table, man. We'll be all right.
Like, why is it so
It's a little finicky.
touchy?
It's a little finicky. It's all right.
Do you remember when we got that box? It was like God's greatest gift.
It was. No, it's still good. It's just I have to. It kind of.
That was like 3 years ago.
It takes one ear out, and so I just got to, readjust.
Kobe, I missed the invite. I'm serious. It was in a run of DMs, and it was just a little itty bitty 2-liner.
An invite to where?
He's like, hey, swing by the dealership. But it was at the tail end of us in a flurry of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I missed it.
Yeah.
And as much as it can be on the North Platte, it was on the other side of town.
Oh, gotcha. So it wasn't like convenient.
No, it would. I mean, it's not. It's North Platte. It's not far.
I haven't been since high school, so I don't really remember the demographic or like the setup of the town.
Yeah, I remember. We took a tail kicking in North Platte.
It was basically just like, hey, get in, watch a football game, get out.
Kobe, did you come to that game when North Platte beat us? Just curious. You know what I mean?
That seems like maybe a thing that Kobe would do. I don't know if he's a big North Platte High football guy, but maybe.
They were good.
They were good that year. They were tricky.
I told you, my man Tilford just scored again.
Tough to defend.
They had a 180-pound D tackle that we couldn't block either.
He said yes, he was there.
The dude was like wrecking us.
Okay, I just have to ask this. I'm not trying to be mean.
I love the preface. Hey, I'm not trying to be blank, but the next thing I say, I'm probably going to be blank.
It's just going to sound a certain way. How frustrating it is for you.
Dang, Jared, you too? Jared used to be on my team. I've lost everybody.
How frustrating is it like to not be able to block a 180-pound defensive tackle? Like that has to drive you crazy, right?
Yeah, we couldn't block him.
I understand he's probably a really good football player. I get that, but for a defensive tackle, even at the high school level, 180 pounds is.
What did he wear? Was he number 60?
Light.
He was probably like 190, but
still
could not block him.
A sub 200-pound defensive tackle has to be real frustrating.
I mean, we had QB read game. We were trying to not block him. Yeah, that was a long game.
Rico, you remember the story that Kenny told us about playing growing up? Apparently, he was like 100 pounds soaking wet playing peewee, and they put him at D tackle because nobody could stay in front of him, and so he would just get into the backfield all the time. And I'm just imagining like skinny little kid Kenny getting in the backfield.
KB could legit hide behind a stop sign.
Oh yeah, well, especially
legit.
Especially when he was a kid before he put on any weight from working out and stuff.
And it's all relative. He's still razor thin.
Yeah.
There's no.
No, he's just a real lean guy.
Must be rough.
He told me when he was getting ready for the combine and everything that he had to he was chugging water and stuff to get his weight up and right before the weigh-in. He's like, I felt terrible.
It's tough out here.
He's like, I was walking around at I got my weight over 200 for once in my life, and it was to weigh in. So at the combine.
Can play D-line without needing to be 330? Or is that just because it was Pee Wee?
Apparently at North Platte High School you can. What?
Well, you have to bring it back to North Platte. We could have just brought it back to KB playing Little League.
Oh, my bad.
I played D-line in 7th grade.
Oh, zip it.
What were you weighing in 7th grade, Shane? Any idea?
64 pounds.
I don't remember.
That was the
right? Theory, though.
What's that?
He's had to be under 100 pounds in 7th grade, right?
Oh, yeah. He's 100 pounds, and he wrestled in high school at 98 pounds.
That's crazy.
Shane, did you graduate 100 pounds?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Nice answer. What? Are you guys on crack? What is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
Act like I asked him how to solve pi.
Yeah.
Just answer the goddamn question.
Okay, I was a D-line stud. I mean, there you go.
Corn Raider says a translucent 64 pounds.
What do I think about Fernando Mendoza?
He was probably a stud, but not a D-line stud.
Rico. Hey, Shane, what do you think about Fernando Mendoza?
What do I think about Fernando Mendoza?
It's okay, Shane.
That's why I never talk, because then it comes right back to me.
Hey, imagine how I feel in having to talk. Can't get away from any of these idiots.
You don't even want to.
Yeah, I probably was. I was little. I was small liquid thoughts. Flaky Jake, I'm not talking to you. He's on me about the Dodgers, who, by the way, are trending all over social media. I saw a guy yesterday was like, see, this always catches up with the Dodgers. They disrespect the regular season, and they're going to struggle. And I'm like, just because they've lost 200 in a row, they'll be fine.
It's only 6. 3 of them were to the Red Sox. But
I told you the Cubs are going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, PCA is raking.
They're going to be an absolute problem.
Have we decided, is this who PCA actually is?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Because last year was the blip, right?
And he's a streaky son of a gun.
He is super streaky, but like it was a pretty long bad streak last year.
Yeah.
His minor league.
He's no Kyle Tucker.
His minor league numbers would indicate that like this is sort of where he should be.
Yeah, and he was the throw-in in that trade.
Yeah. But this isn't his major league outburst isn't an outlier compared to what he was as a minor leaguer. Those are the guys you have to watch out for. Where you're like, I don't think this is gonna last.
Man.
Because like if you're not able to hit in minor leagues consistently, you're in there for a few years. If you have a hot streak in the majors, that's probably not lasting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, it happens all the time. This is a weird one to think about, but like Shane Spencer, you remember him?
Oh yeah.
He came up, lit the world on fire.
Shane Spencer had the frame of a free safety.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
He was yoked.
He was a big athletic guy. Yeah. I thought he was even bigger than that. Like I remember him being like linebacker, like big guy. But I could be he might have just been a boogeyman for me.
I don't know, BP. I think people do respect the Red Sox. I think most people have them 1 or 2 in the AL.
I mean, I think they do now, yeah. Especially, I think after staying hot after the All-Star break and then sweeping the Dodgers, and it's like I just think they're good, which is hard to say
and it's weird because they've been getting guys out all year, so I'm sure the staff is formidable. But I look at like if you go legit ones versus legit ones in the playoffs, it's like.
Yeah, you don't love any of their guys as like an ace, but Sonny Gray's like 14-2 with like a sub-3 ERA, and you're
so
like,
I do like Gray. Do we trust Gray?
So that's the thing is you like a health and then a trust standpoint for Gray that you start to worry about. Ranger Suarez is pitching really good all of a sudden, but if they get Garrett Crochet back, you do probably feel okay about a 1.
Yeah,
right. Like that's a legit 1 if they get him back healthy. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
So you heard that actually? You probably heard that from me too, BP, yesterday or day before.
Yeah, you're.
I said to Steve Gardner, I said I would probably put the Guardians 1 and Red Sox 1A, but that's not lack of respect.
No, you just like the Guardians.
Yeah. They did what they had to do.
I mean, there's still a little bit of concern for me over like not a true ace. I worry about the lineup sometimes in terms of if guys get cold. There's not like a stalwart in the lineup that you're like, yeah, that guy will get us out of this, or he'll get us the hit when we need to. Again, unless Roman Anthony comes back and you feel good about his health. But that's kind of the nice thing here is the 2 best, they still might have 2 of their best players come back.
Yeah.
And then if they're playing like this now, like that's just, I mean, it's exciting to see what they might end up doing. I think the AL is pretty open.
And I think the National League is the exact same. Go ahead, Rico.
You guys see George Lombard Jr.?
I did. So I actually remember. You know what's funny is I remember George Lombard Sr. playing for the Braves. Like that was a guy that I remember.
He hit a home run in his debut too, right? I feel great liquid thoughts about running backs getting paid again. Shout out Bijan Robinson.
Can I just? I don't really need to ask permission because I do this anyway. But can I just take a little victory lap on running backs getting paid? This has kind of been a thing I've been on for like a year and a half.
Longer than that, but go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm not here to validate you. I think you're kind of an idiot, but
I know. But
you were right about that.
I was right on this one. I was like, hey, really good running backs, more valuable per dollar than mediocre quarterbacks
or high-end wide receivers.
Yes, exactly. Where it's like, hey,
I mean, are you really paying Zay Flowers $40 million a year
when I can get Jonathan Taylor for 20? Or Bijan Robinson for 25, or Christian McCaffrey for 18, I think. I would much rather have one of those guys for half the price than Zay Flowers.
And why would you pay Zay Flowers that money when your OC just said you're going to put Lamar Jackson underneath center?
I don't know, man. I'd rather, honestly, even at this age, I'd rather pay Derrick Henry half that money than Zay Flowers that full 45. Like, what are we talking about here?
I actually, as a running back, would prefer my quarterback under center.
Yeah.
Or at least be in pistol where I could be behind him. I don't want to be to the left or the right of my quarterback.
So you can just come downhill? Yeah,
it's hard for one back. You can run it. The timing is awkward, but I'm always interested. I would talk about this. This is a total tangent, but one back run game with quick hitters is almost unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska tried it for years. They had a little wrinkle against Michigan State in East Lansing where Amir finally popped one. It was same side.
Mm-hmm.
He was sidecar, same side. He hit it quick, like pin, pull, boom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to time up like that for true downhill run game. A lot of times it's lateral or you know, it's real zony. You can get like dart out of it, which is just, you know, tackle pull and quick hit it. But
could you go like movement tight end and almost use that as your puller on something like that?
Yeah, you could kick out, and that's closer to like zone, which is different than dart.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're just doing same side,
you can insert.
Yeah.
Right.
That seems like the easiest way timing wise.
And there's a couple of different places because then you can run RPO off of it. You know, Nebraska had one yesterday. They have some RPO stuff off of that action where it's like, if your QB can run, it's a headache.
That's one of the things, and we'll take a break here. When we've actually got
glad we got to Corey Campbell.
We will. We got time. Plenty of time. It's a long show.
Do we?
We've got Tim VERGHESE today because he's unavailable tomorrow. So we've got him today. We didn't want to miss him this week, so we'll talk to Tim VERGHESE in a couple minutes.
I want you to ask Tim how he feels about being on everybody's show all day, every day now.
I think it's good reps for him, you know? Just good reps for him. Not like, you know, it started with just one show that
hey, I heard
really big affinity for him, and then everybody's like, wait a second, that guy's pretty good. Where'd he come from?
Why would I trust anything he says?
Now he's on everybody's show.
Oh, man. Hey, do you still think I'm crazy with regards to my hot take?
Which one was that?
About late day signing coups?
You're gonna have to fill me in here.
That guy down in Louisiana.
Oh no, I never thought you were crazy.
That was 3 months ago.
I never thought you were crazy. I was on board with that. It seems like maybe there's smell that.
Is that smoke?
Might be a little smoke. You smell that?
I'm holding out. You talk about a victory lap. I'd be like,
I'll say that would be one hell of a call to make at the time.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was going to say real quick here, you were talking about the RPOs in Nebraska. It's not the guy necessarily, I thought, because he came in and transferred this year. But do you remember what I texted you when we saw TJ Lateef? I think against like Houston Christian.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, if TJ ends up being the starting quarterback at some point, the RPOs that Dana's going to run with him are going to be absolutely diabolical.
You see Flaky Jake.
Hey, guys, I have a defensive lineman that could stop some RPOs.
Is it Kenny Bell?
Oh, no.
Is that the D tackle, Shane Schillerberg?
Oh,
number 77.
My gosh. That may break the internet.
So I think it's a good time to go to break.
Where on earth did you get that?
It's a lot of searching.
Oh, my Lord. He's giving me. This is so. I can't say it.
Do we need to take a break?
Shane.
I was weighing like 140, 150 there.
No
and
way.
First of all, whatever you weighed, it's all in your head.
I was so overweight. I mean, they were like,
what's not in your head is on that shag you got going on.
I believe that's called a mullet.
Did you ever in your childhood know Cher? She played this role of a fictional movie mom back in a movie in the 80s.
We were poor, so we had to share a lot of stuff.
Dude, put that picture up again.
I thought you were just going to do it one time.
One-time thing. Sorry about it.
This is so bad.
Should we ask Tim his scouting report on this defensive tackle?
It's giving me Rocky Dennis vibes.
I'm going to have to Google that.
Don't. I'm going to hell.
Let's take a quick break here. Tim VERGHESE.
Oh, Shane, there's no way you could ever make a tackle.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You are going to hell.
And I once said I had your back.
Oh. Shane.
We'll be back with Tim VERGHESE after this.
That's what you think.
Yeah, you know, I think you create a really
It's like they don't expect us to do whatever, but I feel like this team they don't know what's coming. Like we got a great squad, we got a great offense, great offensive line, everything that we've been needing, those pieces that we've been needing, like say for example, the offensive line 1 year or whatever. I feel like we're bringing good guys, good transfers, good legitimate players that we can be a great team.
Everyone's talking about peptides. You are doing it right. At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, peptide treatments are clinician guided, tailored to your goals, monitored for safety. Call today or visit nextgenmmc.com.
Coaches obviously have, from the sideline view, but there's definitely an element to just seeing it firsthand and seeing it right in front of you and understanding what offenses you're trying to do against the defense you're in. So trying to get guys to understand that this is the weakness of this call, this is what areas of the call we need to focus on according to what schemes that they're in, based on the personnel, based on the formation, is definitely something that I take pride in. It's something I try to, speak on or help out.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Tim VERGHESE from inside Nebraska. TV, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Hey, how we doing?
TV, are you going to be on the move?
Yeah. Leaving tonight early, or technically early tomorrow morning, heading out on a brief vacation.
So this is like collect your thoughts, reprieve.
Yeah. This is get away from the computer for a little bit.
Nice. Everybody's got to recharge. Well, I felt like leaving you in Chicago. I walked away from our conversation. I was like, yeah, he probably needs a break. A lot of coverage, a lot of traveling.
Yeah, a lot happening. And yeah, I mean, we're about to get back right into it. I mean, I've started kind of mapping out my calendar once I get back from vacation, and we're moving. I mean, once you get back, we're my first game of the season we're 2 weeks out. So, we're going to be right back in this real quick.
I'm going to play a clip from you from Corey Campbell, and I want you to pit it against, do you think there's any correlation, relevance to all the talk we've heard about what's kind of ailed Nebraska in terms of close games and fourth quarters? I maybe be reading too much into it. I want to get your thoughts, if you will. Fellas?
I think you create a really strong bond. I think you create a brotherhood that can endure adversity when you go through struggle together. And that's what we do in the weight room, right? A lot of what we did in this offseason we took more of a high intensity approach in some of the things that we did. You know, we're putting guys in situations where they have to train through the threshold of failure. And it's always good to have a guy to your right, to your left, you know, behind you that pushes you through that. When you get to that point where it's mentally you may feel like you can't go any longer, and then you got a guy in your ear telling you that you can do it. You can look to your right and to your left, and you see the teammates in that weight room that you're doing those things for, and it helps, gives you an extra little bit of a gear to push through that. So definitely, man, the strength of the brotherhood, I do think is formed in that weight room. And honestly, in everything that we do throughout our program, right? The guys, they train together, they eat together, you know, they hang out together. And so this is a place where any athlete that is a part of it, that comes into the brotherhood, you know, they're going to understand that it's a standard that has to be upheld. But if you're willing to uphold that standard, hold yourself accountable to it, hold each other accountable to it, you'll fit right in the brotherhood here at Nebraska.
Thank you, courtesy of the Husker Radio Network. Something, nothing, everything. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's something to it. I mean, you know, I think this team. Yeah, I mean, talking to them on Tuesday, it very much sounded like this is the tough for guys that have been here for a couple of seasons. It sounds like this was the toughest offseason they've had. Guys that are new to the program, you mentioned that Owen Chambliss and Clayton, guys like that just mentioned it was a tough offseason. And I mean, there's absolutely something to the camaraderie, the closeness, the bonds you kind of build in this offseason, especially this type of offseason that Nebraska had, where you know, I would say the majority of time they spent this. I mean, it typically is like this, but the majority of time they spent this offseason was probably with Corey Campbell and that defensive staff. It's probably with each other more so than it was with Matt Rule or any particular assistant coach or anyone really on the staff outside of Corey Campbell. You know, a lot of that time was spent, you know, working in workouts and all of that organized. And so, I think there's something to that. Now, I think for me, where I'm going to be in kind of wait and see mode is we have heard this before. I mean, the last two off seasons, we have heard about this team coming together through winter workouts or coming through when times got tough. Now, we do know that this off season, the training regimen was different. And I think there is legitimately something to, again, like pushing past those thresholds, like you mentioned, pushing past the point of failure where you do kind of learn something about yourself. And you learn something about the people around you. And I mean, you know, we'll see how much that experience matters. You know, I think they're doing a lot in terms of, again, like, and we've talked about this before, from a process versus results thing. Like, I think from a process standpoint, I've really liked the way this offseason has been handled, just in terms of stacking reps, and everything has been like, you know, everything is calculated, everything is organized. You go straight from the season, a brief winter period, to immediately into spring, where you get to install a new defense. You get to install the offense with a new quarterback and new pieces on the offense. And then you have this long OTA period where, you know, I thought they attacked it, and just from what we've heard, I thought they've attacked that well, and I thought the plan for that was good. Again, continuing to learn more about the offense, learn more about the defense, but also I think getting in, being able to kind of get in those reps without necessarily doing it in pads. You know what I mean? It's a way to accelerate everyone's familiarity with each other, everyone's familiarity with the scheme, and how they've transitioned that over into now summer workouts and now fall camp. And so I say all that to say I like the process and how they've attacked this offseason. I think there's been a plan, again, from the jump, on stacking days and attacking days and stacking towards the season. Whereas I don't necessarily know in years past if that was the case, so to speak. You know what I mean? I think offseason was the offseason, but I don't think I've heard from across the team this day by day stacking days type model that they've kind of approached this offseason with.
Yeah, I think you're right with we have heard some of this before, so I do think that's interesting. I'm curious what you think the disconnect has been between getting that carryover from off-season strength and conditioning in previous years into the actual season. Do you think it's the style of training, and that's why they changed it up?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the position coaches, once they're involved, in terms of not being able to carry over that mentality? Or do you think it's maybe just the temperament of the individuals being different than it has been in years past? Or, I'll give you a wild card, whatever you think it might be, if it's not one of those.
I think it's kind of a combination of what you said. I mean, they changed the training regimen for a reason. But I think there's also an element of, okay, well, there's a standard, there's an accountability that was established with under the strength and conditioning staff that, again, like you said, maybe isn't being upheld by certain position coach. And then obviously it does come down to the temperament of the individual as well within position groups, within all of that. I mean, you can be part of all of this, and you can be, push yourself beyond thresholds, and then you can get to fall camp and say, you know what, I'm doing this on my own. Like, you can still do all of that, and feel like you have to do it on your own or whatever. So I think it's a combination of all three. I don't know if I'm in a position to give a great answer on exactly why things have why where the lack of correlation is. But I say all that to say I like the process of because I feel like this offseason has been very process oriented, and I think when you listen to them talk, it has been about. And you listen to anybody talk. I mean, you listen to the successful coaches talk. You listen to Chris Signetti talk. You listen to the successful programs talk about what it takes to be successful and what that looks like. There's always an emphasis on the process. There's always an emphasis on the stacking days in the months in the year, in the months before the season starts. And for this team, I think they've done a lot of that. Sweat equity. I put it in my story, but yeah, I think that there's been a lot of sweat equity put in. Now it's okay. What are we getting from this now?
When you're talking about position groups or position coaches per se, have you allowed yourself to kind of extrapolate what you think a different regiment in the off season means combined with different voices in those individual rooms? Because that's ultimately what has to connect.
Yeah, and again, when we start to put that piece of the puzzle together, then on paper you can kind of look and say, okay, well, just from the top down, Rob Orich is very intense. Corey Brown is very intense. Roy Manning has some intensity to him, and you pair that with what this defensive line group went through this offseason and the narratives that are out there about them coming out of last season. I think they're going to. I mean, you hear it from them, but I think they have an edge to them this off, and not no pun intended, but they have an edge to him entering fall camp, and now it's can they stack those days together? Can they continue to kind of build off what they've done to this point? You do like to hear that this doesn't feel like for the defensive guys like a new defense at this point. It just kind of feels like building, or at least Matt Rule noted that yesterday in the Huskers Radio Network that. This doesn't feel like a new defense. They just, they've installed everything or they've installed most everything in there. Now it's just learning and developing comfort and continuing to develop comfort. So that's encouraging, but I think there's some of that for sure. I mean, offensive line, same deal. You have, I think Jeep Wade and Lonnie Teasley, who I've been around them enough at this point. I mean, we got a good idea of what they're like as coaches in camp back in June. And so you have an idea of what they do, again, how accountable they hold guys and kind of their expectations. And so on both sides, I think guys are getting pushed. You know what? I've wanted to ask this question in press conferences, at least to the coaching staff, because I think they'll recognize it more than the players would. But it's been answered for me just by the way these guys talk. We always talk about the transfer portal and what, how do you get these guys to fit in? How do you fit in? How does the guys on the outside, how does that culture fit in? How do you embrace an outsider into the room? But I don't know if we ever focus enough on what does a guy on the outside bring to a locker room in a positive way? What is a guy from the locker room like? What can he add to a locker room? And I say all that to say, I think Jasir Whittington and Anthony Jones in particular, they bring something to the defensive line that the defensive line needed. And I think it's a mentality. I think it's a work ethic. I think Jasir Whittington, just by the strength of his work ethic, is pushing everybody around him. I think Anthony Jones, same deal. Where I think just by being Anthony Jones, guys around him are getting pushed. Guys on the in that edge room feel like they need to take strides either to keep up or to for some of them it's like, oh, this is what that's supposed to look like. You know, for Jasir, it's like this is what that work ethic is supposed to look like, and you hear that starting to pop up in multiple spots. You know, they talk about Cortez Mills and the work ethic he has. He works like an NFL player. You know, I think Quasi's been good for the wide receiver room in that way. Anthony Calandry, like I think the juice that he brings as a quarterback, it's a different energy, and I think that's been good for the offense. And I think about it with the offensive line as well. You know, I think Justin Evans is the biggest influence on Elijah Pritchett and guys in that room. But I think it absolutely helps that he's got a guy, like Paul Mabenga next to him. I think it absolutely helps that Brendan Black is now on that offensive line. Tree Babalade, all those guys, and the fact that they built that camaraderie. And again, I think for Elijah Pritchett, he's entering this year, it sounds like with the level of confidence we haven't really seen from him. This offensive line is entering the year with a level of confidence, and so we talk often about, kind of fitting in guys. How are they going to fit? Making sure these guys fit. And I think at all three levels, I mean, this is all without mentioning Owen Chambliss, who's been a seamless fit in this program since joining. And so we don't talk enough about what the transfers can bring. So in addition to, I think, the coaching staff, I think having these guys around, and the fact that they got to see these guys in spring ball before they turned to summer OTAs, and those guys got to, Owen Chambliss talked about it, but the guys got to see Chambliss earn his respect on the field. The guys got to see Jasir Whittington earn his respect on the field. And then they turned into OTAs, and then they turned into, mat drills and things like that, where they got to build that culture. Those guys got to step into kind of naturally kind of develop into leadership roles in a very short time, despite not really being around this program.
Yeah, it's fascinating because, and clearly I get it, right? I have a few of the answers to the test because I get to actually see it, but just practical applications to let you know that you're right. And I know you don't need any validating your TV, but when I watch hypothetically, right? Like Luke Lindenmeyer and Janarian Bonner catch balls off the jugs 20 minutes after practice, or I get to watch Cam Lenhart and Anthony Jones walk off the field together, or during a practice when they want to move quarterbacks, I can see Kalen and TJ and AC like rotating between the three units. Or the fact I said a couple weeks ago, now that Ja'Cory Barney will look around and say to himself, do I still bring the most juice to practice with this wide receiver group? This Gilmer guy is a thorn in my side. This Isaiah Hunter is a really good practice guy.
He's a little more outspoken than he was last year.
Not a nice person to practice against. And you need those guys finally on offense, right? Because they had just. You need Justin Evans to tell me in Indianapolis, Sam Sledge may be my best friend. That is my dude. He helps me. I help him. Where I can watch Gunnar Gatula and Pritchett like do this kind of symbiotic thing at the tackle spot. Like I know people cringe when they hear brotherhood or they kind of roll their eyes, but you can't lament and use the 90s as a frame of reference without talking about the close proximity of how guys got along with one another, even though they played the same position. Like, that's just part of it. And I have to clarify because people hear what they want to hear. I'm not calling this team the 90s. I'm saying there's components of teams that are connected that show the same attributes. And being able to cheer for somebody. Hemby has to be able to cheer for Black in the backfield, right? Hemby came in as the guy at Indiana, and he's got to be able to look at Black and be like, hey, man, go get him. You represent the running backs room, right? I watched the clip of who was my guy that was at Northern Illinois that I liked that's now the running backs coach at Seattle.
Oh, Thomas Hammett.
Talking about the standard for running backs. When I watched the backs walk off the field with Coach Barthel, and this isn't hyperbole, and I'm 10 toes down on this. I had intimated that I felt like I knew more about the 2026 running back room than I did the 2025 running back room. I'm telling you, unequivocally, today, on August the 6th, this is the most talented running back room that E.J. Barthel has had since he's been here. Like,
Interesting.
Listen, I'm going to be right. I don't even talk like I'm just telling you. Like top to bottom, it's the most fellas he's had in this room since he's been here.
Yeah, potential's all there.
So you have to be able to have Quinn Clark's got to be able to look at Cortez Mills and understand like he practices his butt off, and it's got to get him going too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at some point you have to be that as a team if you want to win close games. You have to be closely connected.
Right, and I think we talk about those position battles too. Like we positive little signs. It's these things like it's hearing things like, hey, Cortez Mills has NFL practice habits and he's pushing guys in that depth chart, up and down that depth chart. On the defensive side of the ball, coming out of OTAs and going into fall camp, it's hey that outside cornerback job, that battle is intensified. Jeremiah Charles is in it, and Victor Evans is in it, and Danny Odom is in it, and it's like, okay, well, this felt like coming in that Danny Odom was something of a shoe-in for that role, but now, it's like, oh, he's got to earn that thing, and that's good to hear, and that's encouraging. I would say that's encouraging. The linebacker room again, it's they added so much, but they've been able to embrace the young guys in the room. You still see the young guys competing for spots. Pierce Newberry, Will Hawthorne, Dawson Merritt, all competing for spots. In addition to what's established in that room, I think Vincent Shavers, is going to find himself a nice little role in the defense, alongside Owen Chambliss and Dexter Foster. And yeah, I mean, look, in the running back room, I think on paper, I think it's a talented room, and there's that out there too. Sometimes when we talk about guys that maybe we haven't seen it from at this level, at the college level of they haven't produced. What are we supposed to know? It's like, well, yeah, but we have an idea of the player profile in high school. We can't directly project off of that because the college projection is. But you do this enough, you do this long enough, you get kind of an idea of, okay, what's going to translate, what's not. I told you a year ago. I mean, not even well over a year ago, Carter Nelson was going to need some time to get ready, and I remember how that was received. Like you have an idea of how projection goes. You have an idea. So I say all that to say, with this running back room, and DB, you can speak to it from a pure talent standpoint. Yeah, this is the most diverse skill set they've had in there. This is the probably the best pure running back in that room is the youngest guy in the room. And that's a good thing. And the one question for me with Jamal Rule coming out of high school was, is he going to be able to put on the weight? Because he had a thinner, like wiry frame coming out of high school. And so that's always you don't know for sure if that weight's going to come on easily or if it's going to be something of a struggle. That's just kind of how it is with guys that have that type of frame coming out of high school. It came on quick. It came on very well. And he's got the weight he needs now. Pleasantly surprised with how he looks at this point heading into fall camp. So he's, I think, the most well-rounded. Isaiah Mosey brings something different in the pass game. I think he's the best in the open field, probably has the best body control of any of the backs. Makai Nelson, is a change. Not, I wouldn't say a change of pace, but I think he probably does the best job of blending power and speed, just purely those two things. And then Quentin Ives, he's your short yardage guy. He's got some power to him. Tiki Hayes is in there. I wouldn't forget about Connor Booth. I think Connor Booth does some very natural running back things. So yeah, it's a diverse room, and that's intriguing. That's fun. I think my question with it is, Nebraska can't use all these guys the same, and so I'm excited to see what this looks like, but I'm also a little concerned in the sense that, okay, like, is it going to be a deal where they have this down when they need to have it down? Who needs to be on the field in certain situations? What I mean? Like, is that going to be?
I think that feel itself, but I feel good watching Coach Barthel navigate those guys. I was kind of loitering just because, well, number one, I like him, but I wanted to spend some time talking to Quentin Ives just because he's got a frame I wish I had, right? Like he looks, anyway, people don't know what to do with the info, so I'm not even going to put it out there. But I watched those guys walk off the field, and I'm eavesdropping because I don't have anything else better to do. I just loiter. And he's a guy I feel comfortable having. I told him this a couple of years ago, why I like Coach Barthel is because I feel like he could have coached our room, where you got a lot of guys that were supposed to be that were pretty good. Lot of egos in that room. You know, Coach Solich had his hands full, and he controlled the temperament and made it about the room and not the individuals, even though there were a couple of elite level individuals in that room. He shows me some of those characteristics, the arm around the shoulder, the walking guys off, the camaraderie that you got to have in the room with a position group that could be a little high maintenance-y, right? I mean, running backs and corners and wide receivers, right? We're just prima donnas by nature. And so I feel confident that he's a guy that can control that room because of how relationally he talks to his guys. He makes it about the room and still understands the individual running back traits. Not everybody does the same individual because not everybody has the same skill sets. So some guys may work pass pro, some guys may work route running. Now they're EDDs, right? Everyday drills where ball security, footwork, there are things of that nature. But the way that he has specificity with amongst the individual guys is just fascinating to watch.
Yeah, he knows his room well. And it's always fun to, I've had a chance to do it, here and there in like camp and stuff like that, of just like kind of pick his brain on what he's looking for in backs. Cause even his eye for backs is very interesting. I mean, he doesn't really go with look at his 28 running back offers. He's not really going with
he is kind of his own guy. I don't know what it is, but he knows what he is looking for.
And it's funny because previous staffs I've covered, not here necessarily, but previous staffs I've covered, you get around with different programs. The running back coach role is often one where it's like, this guy has to be a good relationship, so we don't really know or really care about his eye. Like, we can figure that out. Like, running back, they don't put a lot of emphasis on the eye of the running back coach. You know what I mean? His evaluation skills. At least that's been something in my experience where you kind of put it's the coach that's developing as a coach. You know what I mean? That's the guy you put in as a running backs coach. But when you get around the programs, because there are those out there at the NFL level, it's like this. When you get around the programs that take the running back coach position seriously in terms of evaluation and the development side of it, you really start to see, okay, well, this is why this coach is like, this is why this program is like, the Jawan Snyders of the world, the Carlos Laughlin's, who, there's guys out there, Tony Alford, the guys who, attract talent, but also know exactly what to do with that talent. They also have an eye for themselves where they can go out and they can pluck guys, and so I think that's the best combination, but you don't always find it out there. And I think EJ has that combination you're looking for. Again, and he's had to, his coaching job over the last, I think, has gone unsung. We've talked about how I think he's been a little underappreciated as a recruiter outside of the running back position. But in addition to that, I think Emmett Johnson could have transferred at any, and he did briefly enter the transfer portal. Mekhi Nelson could have hopped in the portal this offseason. Isaiah Mosley could have done the same. There's been time in and time out where he's had to kind of go above and beyond and mend that relationship. Kind of go. I would say it's what being a coach is in the current era, is having to manage these egos a little bit and manage these different personalities. I think EJ's handled it as well as anybody, just from what we know about that room, what we know about the different personalities in there, because it is a room of, hey, you don't have just different skill sets that you've got to work with. You've got like very different personalities in there too.
Well, man, they're vastly different.
Tim, I'm going to switch gears on you here because you put out a story regarding Ahmad Hudson that I think has a lot of people's attention, including my guy DB over here, who happened to make a prediction when he committed to LSU. For not to give away too much of the goods here, but what are you hearing about the Ahmad Hudson situation with Nebraska's continued involvement and his commitment to LSU?
Yeah, I would recommend reading the story if you haven't. There's a lot in there. We talked for over 20 minutes. It's about as candid of an interview as I've done with him. He's been pretty candid with me, and I've appreciated that. But for me, there was some of that where before I published, I was like, Ahmad, you cool with me putting some of this out there? I mean, this is on the record, just so you know. Again, this is going to be out there in the morning. But he was cool with it. And,
I like how you do that, Tim.
I don't do it with everybody. I mean, from a journalism standpoint, it's not one of those, but it's like on certain, like this interview in particular, it was hey, I know how this recruitment's going. I know you don't love the attention that comes with some of this stuff. Are you cool with me putting this out there? So yeah, I just had to make sure that was cool, and yeah, it was, it was cool. It went out there. So yeah, would recommend reading. There's a lot in there. There's a lot even that I didn't put in there. I'll address at some point, probably in tidbits later today. But to keep it short for here, look, Nebraska basketball, I think, and I've said this before, I think if Nebraska's going to pull this off, Nebraska basketball is a reason why. Look, the consistency on the football side has never changed. I put this on our board this morning, too, because someone had asked. On the relationship side of things, Nebraska's had the advantage for much of this recruitment. The one brief time where they didn't was that 2-week window where, he ended up committing to LSU. It was that 2-week window where communication, I would say 2 to 4 week window or so, where communication with Nebraska's basketball staff had really dropped off. And he talked about it in our story. And, the word, at least that he's been told, has been there. He wasn't, the basketball staff here wasn't 100% sure if Matt Rule and the football staff was actually going to let Ahmad play both sports at Nebraska. Once that was clarified, and he made it back for his OV in June, that relationship with Arnie Ziegler and Fred Hoiberg is picked up right where it's left off. He loves the role that Nebraska's pitched him on the basketball side of things. He wants to be featured in the offense. I can tell you this is something that wasn't in the story, but just an anecdote. Like he told me, he was at Vegas. He shot a 3, and Hoiberg was in attendance. He made a 3. And after the game, kind of Hoiberg noted to him, he was like, look, I'll let you make that shot 100 or take that shot 100 more times, even if you miss all 100, but I want you to be comfortable shooting in space. I want you to be comfortable moving around. And that's really exciting for a guy who, outside of this, is primarily heard he's going to be a big at the next level, primarily heard or been told, hey, if you're going to do this basketball thing, you're probably going to have to live out of the post. That's not what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be that guy. He wants to have, he sees Nebraska and they put the ball in the Bigs' hands as they get the offense going. He sees the involvement the Bigs have in the offense. And I think he sees an opportunity to really develop. And so now what has come since that story has come out is Arshay Dixon over at the Bengal Tiger noted that, Lane Kiffin and Will Wade met yesterday to make sure they're on the same page here. And I'll say this, I got some backlash immediately on our board about it. Maybe this shouldn't have gone out. Look, it's not my job to help Nebraska. My job is to report. My job is to report on things that are happening. I talked to Ahmad Hudson for 20 minutes. I'm going to report on what he told me in those 20 minutes. Now, that said, Will Wade still has to build that relationship. Like that is the part of this that we're not and that's been the ugly truth about this recruitment for some time is the basketball side of things. They haven't really built that relationship, and so they still have to do that. There's no guarantee that as they build that relationship that, it's well received. But that's something we're going to have to wait and see. What we do know at this point is he's got very strong relationships at Nebraska on both the football and the basketball end of this. We do know that for Nebraska to pull this off, their belief, a few different people, around this recruitment, the belief is it's going to it's going to take patience. It's going to take pulling this thing off very late in the fall. If they pull this flip off, they don't want to risk him flipping back. They don't even want to keep that window open. And so patience is going to be required as Nebraska navigates this moving forward. We also know he's planning to return to Nebraska at least once. He's circled the Indiana game as one. There could be another visit in there. I do expect him back at LSU as well. So we know those things. We know all of that. Nebraska still needs to show, and this has been the case with this recruitment, Nebraska still needs to show Ahmad Hudson that they can win at a meaningful, in a meaningful way. Win the games when it matters. It's been something that's been used against them on the recruiting side of things, and it's going to be something that'll be used against them as they continue to push for this thing in the months to come if they don't take care of business on the field. So win games, hit that 7-8 plus mark. I would say plus ideally. If Nebraska can, and they're going to have a real shot at this. But patience is required in this recruitment. But Nebraska's not making this easy on LSU at all. This is not. I don't think they expected to invest this type of energy into an in-state legacy prospect, especially one that wants to play two sports, that with Lane Kiffin and Will Wade involved. But recruitments are, at the end of the day, are a relationships thing. You have to have a good relationship. And like he called it out, I don't think LSU has, especially on the basketball side of things, I don't think LSU's done the best job in building that relationship to this point in the recruitment.
Tim, fair or foul? I'll let you out of here on this.
Sounds like a guy that's standing on business. Do you want to drop the mic, Tim? I've been around you enough to know in person your delivery, right? You're standing on business.
Look, I trust my reporting here. I kind of trust, my feel on this recruitment as well. This is closer than most. I think anyone on the national level is giving it credit to. But the truth of this is Nebraska has to win games. None of this matters if Nebraska doesn't take care of business on the fall. They're not pulling this off if they go 6-6. They're probably not pulling this off if they go 5-7. They have a shot at 7-5. They really have a shot at 8-4, but they have to win games on the field in the fall.
Tim VERGHESE, Inside Nebraska. Tim, appreciate the time as always. We will talk to you next week. Enjoy your little vacation.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
All right, champ.
Tim VERGHESE from Inside Nebraska. Let's take a quick break here. We will be back with Brian Edwards from Major Wager. Maybe we should tell Brian what we want to talk about today, you think? Or just surprise him? Say boo.
Kind of like how you guys treat me.
What?
Just make it a coin flip.
Huh? What happened?
Depends on everybody's little stinky mood over it. No, Rico.
I've been so nice today.
We're not getting into that again.
I've been super nice today. You shouldn't do that on the air.
I'm captivated. The running back room talk got me giddy.
We can talk some running backs.
We don't have to.
There's at least one of the guys in that room that I full on love. So.
Do I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you should.
I know.
We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live after this.
It's like they don't expect us to do whatever, but I feel like this team they don't know what's coming. Like we got a great squad, we got a great offense, great offensive line, everything that we've been needing, those pieces that we've been needing, like say for there to be offensive line 1 year or whatever. I feel like we're bringing good guys, good transfers, good legitimate players that we can be a great team.
Everyone's talking about peptides. You are doing it right. At Next Gen Male Medical Clinic, peptide treatments are clinician guided, tailored to your goals, monitored for safety. Call today or visit nextgenmmc.com.
coaches obviously have, from the sideline view, but there's definitely an element to just seeing it firsthand and seeing it right in front of you, understanding what offenses you're trying to do against the defense you're in. So trying to get guys to understand that this is the weakness of this call, this is what areas of the call we need to focus on, according to what schemes that they're in, based on the personnel, based on the formation, is definitely something that I take pride in. It's something I try to, speak on or help out.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, reminding you, go talk to our friends at Next Gen Male Medical. We got these nice hats here now, too, for Next Gen. See, look at those. Avoid the glare there. Oh, look at that. That's a great-looking hat. Good camera work there, Rico. Next Gen Male Medical, 402-614-9700. Give them a call, whether you're what?
Rico's not negotiating the camera. It's how you adjusted the hat.
No, he switched to my single cam, though, so that you could see the hat better.
Oh.
See, look, when you try to show something off, I could just switch it so then nobody can see it.
Boom.
Look at that.
Boom.
Crazy how that works, huh?
Come on.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Can't stand that dude.
Give him a call, 402-614-9700. Maybe you're going to be out at Pinnacle Bank Championship this weekend and have a few too many goose on the loose. Might need a little recovery. They can help you out, whether it's IVs, some of those vitamin shots that DB likes.
Maybe you just want to.
Nope, don't. Well, they can help you there too. No matter with your grip strength, right? Like just they can help you strong with the testosterone.
Hey, DB, for the podcast listeners, what were you just doing?
I was showing Ravi that this chicken is bottom heavy, so it makes it easier to sit him down on the desk.
Got it.
What do you mean?
That's all, Rico.
That's all that was happening. There's the chicken right there. Give them a call, 402-614-9700. They will get you feeling your best. So there's a couple teams we're going to talk about with B. Edwards here when he joins us. And I believe he's ready. One of them in particular is very interesting. Let's get to our guy, Brian Edwards.
It's Edwards.
A lot of echo on that
one. Brian Edwards. Sorry.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Why am I?
I'm getting some Grand Canyon-esque echoey vibes. Vibes.
So, I think, Brian, do you have your headphones?
No, I don't have headphones for this. Oh my God. That was my other laptop.
I believe it's so the echo's pretty bad, but then it's worse because the speakers on your laptop we're probably hearing it back.
Oh, now we're getting an echo on Rico. What the hell is going on?
Well, that was because you can hear it on Brian's.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'm almost to keep from losing my mind, Brian. I feel like I may just make a game out of this.
Well, why don't we pop Brian out for a second here?
Yeah.
You guys communicate him with what you need him to do, and then we will try again here in just a second. Yeah.
Do you want to talk to each other?
To who? To Brian?
No, I said to each other.
Who is
me and you?
Yeah, we can talk to each other.
What? Am I speaking Portuguese? What do you mean talk to who? I said, do you want to talk to each other? And you act like I
don't know, man.
What do you think that means?
I thought you were talking about me and B, and I was like, how's that going to fix anything?
No, do you?
Yeah, we should talk to each other in the meantime. Sometimes you just have to take things off air. It's fine. That's correct. Amazing.
I would like to stay in good graces with Bill, although at this point being fired would be kind of
solve some dilemmas for you.
God, you're a horrible person.
I just been having to work with me every day.
I want you to know that.
I know you get sick of my shenanigans.
Dude, it's out of control.
What'd I do?
Dude, what Brad did on Twitter is out of control.
That was diabolical.
Shane, can I send you a tweet to your, just text it to you and have you not be mad?
No, he's gonna be mad.
No, he's not. He's gonna go along with it. Can I send it to you, Liquidity? He's not talking to me. Shane apparently is working on his show.
Caleb says as soon as TV echoed one time at the very end of the segment, I knew we were about to have some flashbacks of yesterday.
Oh, this is how it was?
I couldn't hear the echo at any point like we could there, so that's different. But apparently that's what the listeners were dealing with yesterday, which I apologize for.
Oh.
I apologize.
Sorry about that. You took it on the chin?
You know, you just kind of had to. You're just trying to soldier on, and the guys figured out the muting trick, so that helped to get through the show. But
why we have a second until they tell us we have B. Edwards back. Are you watching anything with NFL training camps?
Mostly just headlines and Twitter.
Is it just me, or are we seeing an abnormal amount of Arizona Cardinals and Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, I don't understand the Cardinals thing for sure. Like, I don't care about Jacoby Brissett. What are we doing here?
I mean, I get like we have football today.
Yeah.
But
I don't need all of
Is it the Carson Beck starting thing? Is it the fact that Marvin Harrison Jr. apparently can't catch a cold?
My God. That TikTok. This is part of the thing, not to bring everything back to the Big Ten, but this is part of my thing with Jeremiah Smith, right? Obviously a really good football player. Obviously a really good NFL prospect. Let's not pretend like a few years ago we weren't talking the exact same way about Marvin Harrison Jr., who now is really, really struggling in the NFL.
Yeah. Do you remember what I said in Indianapolis? I know you were distracted because you didn't feel good.
Yeah, I was Shaning all over the place.
I'm not going to do it because
I believe we have Brian back
he's
here.
not had a great morning. I was like, after that stretch at Big Ten Media Days, remember he had the Louisville. He was dressed to the nines with the watch and the matching shoes and the blue. And I'm like, I feel shallow.
He was doing a lot.
I said, like, he's just doing too much for a guy that's that good of a player.
He was doing a lot.
Seems to be. I didn't go as far as to say he ain't going to make it because he's too talented, but you can give me good vibes.
Let's see if we can get B. Edwards here. Brian, how we doing?
Test 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
You sound like $1 million. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know why it was echoing like that, but sorry.
It's like most things with Ravi and Rico. It's their fault.
Okay, let's blame it on them. Good.
Is that what you say in all your relationships? It's not me, it's you?
Yes, absolutely.
I need to make that a T-shirt. Not me, it's you.
Hurrdat Sports Live. It's not me, it's you.
Big accountability group over here, B. That's what we are.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
It's important. It's important to keep others accountable also.
Let me ask you something real quick before we get into the nitty-gritty of college football, B.
Yep.
How good do you feel about the potential matchmaking in the UFC going forward right now?
I mean, I just looked at the 331 card and I was not impressed at all. But I loved that card in Serbia the other day. Did you watch? How many first round finishes? 8, I think.
It was so. So the way that I look at a card, which might be different from a promotion standpoint, is how competitive potentially is what I'm going to be watching. Not just the fact that I'm watching it because I like it. So I looked at the discrepancy in the lines of favorites and underdogs. And I was like, well, how competitive is this going to be what I'm watching?
Are you talking about this weekend or just
Serbia?
I'm sorry?
In general, but in particular this past weekend. Like, like that at all? Like, even the president's card didn't have a lot of tight.
Right, tightly lined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple big underdogs hit last week, though. So, I mean, like, I'm looking at this week's right now. Let's see. There's 3 that are inside of minus 180. But, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of minus 290, minus 300.
Yeah, that's just too juicy.
No, I hear you. Yeah. I don't know if that's a big change, though, is it? I feel like we've always got some, a chance on several fights to get some big underdogs.
Yeah, and I do think one of the things that makes, if you like the UFC, I mean, there is that one-hitter-quitter submission, you blink, and it's over stopping power. So I think that's captivating to some.
Yeah. Look, I thought the card 2 weeks ago when Ankalaev headlined, I thought that card was garbage. But last weekend, I had not heard a lot of those guys, but the card was outstanding, and I think they had 8 first-round finishes and set a record, modern-day record. So 2 weeks ago, thumbs down. Last weekend, big thumbs up.
B, it sounds like you watch UFC kind of the way I watch tennis. Like, yeah, I like the big names and stuff.
My man's watching like the Biscayne Open.
Listen, it was,
and the New York qualifiers in the Meadowlands.
It was the Mubadala Washington, D.C. Open last week.
He's watching DeGraat go to extras a couple of days to go in a 3-setter, having to win at 9-7 in a tiebreaker.
Listen.
Not that I did that either.
I've never taken Ravi to be a big tennis fan.
Oh my gosh, B! If you ever call this guy and he doesn't answer, he's not doing anything constructive. He's just playing tennis.
Listen, it's good for your fitness. That's constructive.
Yeah, that's good exercise.
And listen, I'm not a use the phone guy, right? I use it to like get on the internet. I don't use it to call people.
Right.
I'm 0 for like my last 6 and catching him the first time I call him. He's batting 1,000, whether it's 9 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. There's a chance a racket was involved.
What's my percentage on calling you back, though?
Oh, he bats 1,000.
Okay,
There we go.
Your boy always calls back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
There we go.
Listen, I think he's addicted.
Yeah, maybe. I play a lot.
Yeah.
I also watch a lot. I will say though, B, if you're ever looking for you can get some pretty good live odds lines on tennis.
I've got a couple buddies that play it.
Capped correctly. I know I've got a good buddy that.
Like if you know what you're watching, the odds are not right a lot of the time. They go real heavy on names and not like you could have made a ton of money on Fritz losing yesterday because he played in a final 2 days before because the one in DC got delayed by rain and then had to turn around and play a match like 36 hours later. You could have cleaned up on Taylor Fritz losing a little bit. If you know what you're watching, it's lucrative.
Are we getting down to the truth here, Damon? Ravi is addicted to live gambling on tennis.
Yeah. Oh, I love live lines.
So I messed with him about that years ago. He would say these weird things like, "Oh, in the third quarter it was such and such," or at halftime, and I was like, "Do we need to talk?" Because you didn't strike me as that kind of guy. But he's like, well, with 7 minutes left to go, they were like minus 800. And I was like, how do you know?
Yeah. Hey, so does Nebraska have mobile live gambling, or do you have to be in Iowa and your phone be in Iowa?
So you either have to be in Iowa and I know this is probably bad for your business, but some of the prediction markets have kind of filled that gap, which are legal technically for now.
Okay.
Boy, they're in trouble though, aren't they?
Yeah. Once the nationwide legal online gambling thing happens.
No, I think once you're betting on presidents and a teleprompter, you're going to get some heat.
Yeah,
right.
You got to be careful.
Who does that?
The guy running the
teleprompter. Yes.
But no, you can get. I actually, me and a friend of mine who does this made a lot of money off of Yala, the female tennis player, a couple days ago. She got down a set, and then he ended up winning. I think he ended up getting plus 450 or something on her, and she ended up winning. If you know what you're looking at, there's a pretty good market for it.
Yeah. So we say all that to say he's a degenerate,
right?
But I'm also speaking to a guy that loves live lines, so you're probably like,
yeah. I mean, I throw no stones.
Listen, I think some of the reason I gravitated toward I started with college basketball originally is because I feel like you get really good value sometimes. Sometimes I don't like what the opening lines are. I don't like what the spreads are. Honestly, a lot of times I prefer betting a plus money line. That's my preferred thing. And so I will wait and say, hey, I think this team is better. So if they get out to a slow start, I'm like, all of a sudden I can get the team I want at plus money to win this game. Like it's a value play for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, a lot of times if a team is favored by 6 and I'm like, I like them in this game, but I'm not laying 6. But if on the live line I can get them less than 3 and I'll have that game plan going in. And once I get the opportunity, done.
So what do you guys do? Just keep clicking refresh?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I do it on games I'm watching anyway, right? Like, so if I'm watching,
that sounds miserable.
Like if I'm watching a game, like, hey, this isn't going how I think it should be, or it's like, hey, I think this is fluky. Like my most famous one was I bet on the Patriots when they were down 28-3 to the Falcons, because I was like, this feels fluky. Like this is weird.
Yeah,
there's a couple things here that I don't trust. The odds were great. Like you understand you're going to lose most of the time in that situation, but the odds are so good. You're like, hey, there's good value here. And over the course of time, you'll end up if you know what you're watching, right? So that was like my best one ever. But
how many devices do you use watching games, B? Just out of curiosity.
So if I'm in my office, like I'm in my office right now, I just use my laptop. I'm watching the game, but I've got 2 windows with 2 different accounts. Now, look, if I've already locked in a bet and I like where I'm at, I'm not sitting here watching it the whole time. But if I like I'm just the scenario I mentioned a minute ago, if I don't have a pregame bet and I'm looking for it to get to a certain number, yeah, I'll sit here and keep hitting refresh.
Be my last live line thing. We've talked about this before, and then we'll get to BYU and Alabama. The last live line thing that I have is if you ever see Yannick Sinner in a tennis match and it's longer than 3 hours and 45 minutes, hammer the other guy.
No cardio.
He has never in his life won a match that lasted longer than 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Is he overweight?
No, I think it's because he's on steroids and he cramps up, but he's literally
dead serious too.
He's tested positive. Like that's not a hot take.
Okay.
And he cramps up like crazy. He played in the French Open, was up 2 sets, 5-1.
And melted.
And just like absolutely disintegrated. Like this is a thing with this guy. If you get him into deep waters, he will drown.
All right, B, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a stat. You tell me the quarterback in the team. You ready?
Yep.
This guy gets a lot of praise.
College.
He gets a lot of run. He's got a great head coach. He filled in on a humbug because the starter that everybody liked had to change locations. He threw for 3,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions.
Bear Bachmeier?
Very good, Brian Edwards. Bear Bachmeier.
I should have said it earlier because I was starting to think it, but
all in or all out on the presence of the Bear?
On Bachmeier. I'm all in on Bachmeier. Well, I say that. Look, he had a great freshman year, and I'm all in on this BYU team. I love them over 8.5. But yeah, I'll say I'm all in on Bear Bachmeier. Not the best pure passer, but he makes up with it. I mean, he wears 47 for a reason. He likes to put his head down and run the ball. And I mean, true freshman year, wasn't even expected to start. Over 3,000 passing yards. Let's see. 527 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns. And I love this team to go over 8.5, and I'm okay with a plus 500 or plus 550 play to win the Big 12.
And I know people aren't going to love the touchdown interception ratio at 15-7, but his interception rate is really low. For the number, he threw almost 400 passing attempts, only had 7 picks. That's less than a 2% interception rate. So like that, I think that's more encouraging than maybe the ratio would lead you to believe.
I agree. And then you can kind of add the rushing touchdowns to his passing touchdowns as well. And if you do that, you're talking about 26-7 TD-INT ratio. Yeah, combined touchdowns.
I kind of do the same thing with Anthony Calandria, honestly. Like he had the 10 rushing touchdowns to go with the 25 or 26 passing. All of a sudden, 35-11 sounds way better than 25-11.
Yeah, did you guys see what Mullen said? Mullen nailed it yesterday. Did y'all see his quote that's making the rounds on Gator Twitter?
That he would have made the playoff 3 out of his 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not lying. And he didn't have the brand new $85 million practice facility to use in recruiting like Napier did. He's not lying. I don't know why Gators are getting on him. I almost retweeted it and said, yes, Strickland.
I mean,
do you
weirdly
remember
like Dan
the
Mullen,
months of B. Edwards and his anti-Scott Strickland tirade?
Oh, yeah.
Months, years.
That was one of your
years, Damon.
I mean, that made his Bo Jackson overrated and Deion Sanders rants.
Whoa. Bo Jackson overrated? This is a Ravi thing?
Oh my gosh.
Bo
Brian.
Jackson is one of the most overrated professional running backs of all time.
Oh, yeah. Look at Brian's face. Look at his face.
I'm not saying he's overrated as an athlete. I'm saying his professional.
I've never heard that from one human being ever.
I know, right?
His professional football.
That's Raider fan back there chiming in.
His professional football career is way overhyped.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, he didn't play that many years. I'm not going to push back on
He didn't play that many games. He never rushed for 1,000 yards in a season.
It's okay.
Like,
I got to pull up his stats now.
Literally.
I shouldn't have said anything. It's the proverbial putting a quarter in. He will go ham.
Jim Harbaugh has more career rushing yards than Bo Jackson, B. Jim Harbaugh.
I'm pulling up his stats. Look, I'm not pushing back on you much. Oh, wow, yeah, he only played 4 years, but
he played.
He was special when he was out there, though.
He played fewer career games than the poster boy for injuries, Gale Sayers.
Bro, he averaged 5.4 yards per carry.
Listen, a lot of guys could average 5.4 yards per carry if they never had to play. When Kyrie Irving only had to play once a week, he looked like the best player in basketball. It's like, yeah, because everybody else is working the rest of the time, man.
I'm sorry.
But wait, wasn't he in the same backfield as Marcus Allen in his prime?
Yeah, but they were doing Marcus bad. They
Look, I mean, we're going back a long way. I mean, we're talking 36 years ago. So
running through the tunnel in Seattle, at that point, Marcus had like 5 carries for 11 yards. I'm not kidding.
And he totally demolished the aura around the Boz in one Monday Night Football game.
I bet you Marcus didn't rush for more than 40 yards in that game.
This is why I know I'm right about the Bo Jackson thing. It's because all of the stuff that people throw at me is like stories or anecdotes or things like that, because the stats just aren't there. Like, he did not have the career in the NFL that we think he did because of his aura.
Right. Well, you're right on that. You're right on that in general, but I just the general statement of he's overrated, I think is.
You know where this started is we were having a conversation. I think it was Lance. I think it was Michigan Lance. We were having this conversation with one of our listeners about the best running backs of all time in the NFL. And he threw Bo Jackson's name in there. And I was like, that's not even.
Right. You're right.
That's not even in the conversation. Because we were talking
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
He skipped like Adrian Peterson or somebody just like glaring in order to put Bo Jackson in there. I go, what the hell are we doing?
I mean, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm looking at the stats. I mean, he only played 4 years, and he never played more than 11 games. But there were circumstances, and
sure, but some of those circumstances were by choice. He wanted to play baseball. Like, that's not
100%.
That's not the injury thing. He wanted to do other stuff.
100%. I'm 100%.
We didn't even get to the win totals.
If he was like acting or something, we wouldn't give him a pass. Like, if he only played 11 games a year because he was like doing movies, we wouldn't be like, oh, that's cool. Look how talented Bo is. This guy doesn't love football.
No BC, no blaming, complaining, deflecting from me, Brian. I own the fact we didn't get to Alabama and BYU.
All good, buddy.
Not have said Bo Jackson.
He said
right.
He said he loved them over 8.5. So we got to one of them.
We got to one of them. Hey, we can talk Alabama next week, and I thoroughly enjoyed the combo as always. We only have like 3 more weeks where we can kind of shoot the breeze because we're gonna have games coming up soon.
I've got another one that I want to give you along with Bama.
Okay.
They're in the Big 12 as well. I want to talk K-State.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. K-State and Bama.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Enjoyed it, gentlemen. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, B.
That's Brian Edwards from Major
I need you to
Way.
calm down.
Listen, this is your fault. This is your fault.
I just said no BCD. Here you go blaming me.
Yeah, because you already took it. I'm keeping other people accountable today. We'll take a quick break here. We got Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7 coming up next.
If losing weight is harder than you expected, it's not just about willpower. At Next Gen Male Medical Clinic, we build a supervised plan around your body, not someone else's. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com. Let's get you moving forward.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, so every time you get a kill, you'd be like, hee hee.
Probably Lana Del Rey. She's been my answer all day. I feel like such a bot, but Lana Del Rey. Michael Jordan, easy answer. I love MJ. So if Michael Jordan could come to my game, that would be a highlight of my life for sure.
Kevin Hart. I think that's what was my answer the last 2 years. I want Kevin Hart to come.
I've been going a lot with Zendaya today, just because she's one of my favorite actors, songwriters, everything. She does everything, modeling.
Oh my gosh, Billie Eilish. I love Billie Eilish to death. Jason Sudeikis and Paul Rudd, because they do a lot of stuff in Kansas City with the Royals, and so I think it would be cool if they came.
I would have to say either Rihanna or LeBron.
Say Louis Tomlinson, One Direction's ex-singer, yeah.
Steph Curry, please let me know. Hit me up. I met you a couple months ago. We'll be in touch.
Welcome back. Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7. Bruntz, how are we doing today?
Not bad. How's it going?
Bruntz, you kind of have that crazy look on your face. What was just going through your head right there? He's looking at us like, what are these yahoos doing?
Well, I caught the end of the last segment. I was in the green room eating some chips, and it seems like somebody might have said the secret word. Is that true? Who said it? Was it you?
I wanted to take it back the minute it came out of my mouth. It was like, oh boy, here we go. And then, but Bruntz, it's just fascinating how he can't help himself. Like,
yeah.
He just can't give you the bow vitriol in small doses. It's always going to be a rant.
Well, we've officially reached the former Oakland Raiders or Los Angeles Raider, Kansas City Royal athlete whose name I can't say portion of the offseason. So we made it, guys. We're here.
And you know what's funny too is I let it slide because I always get most of the heat on this show anyway, so I try to stay out of the fray, even though I tell on myself because I'm a storyteller. It's a Broncos thing, and I know I kind of feel like this, but
I know this one.
It's kind of how I feel about John Elway.
Oh,
I know.
Is that real? Is that true? You're gonna push me over to Ravi's side like that? Jeez.
That was the most Bruntzian response ever. Oh.
That's a take.
That's why I say you're hilarious without even. Oh.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about Brett Favre.
But you're not going to get a lot of pushback.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
My Elway deal might be a little hotter, but
it's a little hotter take.
I don't know. I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to steal your.
You don't like top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL all time, Damon? You don't like those?
Oh, I don't know if he's that guy. Top 5?
I don't think he's top 5.
Top 5 runs?
Now Ravi's pushing me back to the middle. I'm in the middle now.
I don't. Top 5 is. I mean, okay. So we can.
Nope.
Brady.
I'm not going to entertain this conversation, guys.
Can I just ask you a quick one?
Yes.
Okay. Fandom aside.
Uh-huh.
All things being equal.
Yes.
Young or Elway?
Steve Young?
That Young.
Elway. Steve Young had a much better group around him.
You guys.
I also think we're talking peak versus career. Like the career accolades are going to look better for Elway because he was a starter for longer. But
do you know why I use those two? Because Elway was a great athlete.
Yeah. He
gets a lot of credit. I mean, dual sport guy and could run around and make plays. But if I needed a guy to run around and make plays, I'm more inclined to take Steve Young.
Sounds kind of like Bo Jackson.
Stop.
Yeah, except for John Elway decided to play football full time.
I do. I like Bruntz.
Elway was a pretty good baseball player too, though, for being honest. But
He was, but
instead of short career,
instead of being like, "Hey, I'm going to split my time and only play 2/3 of an NFL season, and then people are going to forgive me for not producing."
And I definitely wouldn't fight you over Elway over Young. My point was mainly like I just wanted to see if you'd give it pause because I just think athletic.
I paused.
Yeah,
I paused.
It's not like I definitely wouldn't arm wrestle if people took Elway over Young. I use him as a guy that I think flies under the radar for how really, really, really good he was.
And I think
like the minute he got to San Francisco, he gave a really good coach pause on how quickly we could move off of Joe Montana.
A guy that I think consensus
coming from Tampa Bay, right? Somebody had to see something.
And I think consensus people think Montana is a top 5 quarterback of all time.
I needed to give that question context. The easy low hanging fruit answer would just be, John Elway. And I'm not going to be like, ooh, you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, if you get
the perception versus reality gap is probably smaller than most people would think.
I did like the fact you paused, Bruntz.
I will all fandom aside, will give John Elway a lot of credit for the guys he was having to play with early in his career. Like I think that's that's a feather in his cap because it was three amigos aside.
Nobody's got Vance Jackson or Sammy Winder or.
Well, I mean, Ricky Nattiel was a fine player, but
Steve Sewell's going to Canton, right?
So Steve Sewell is the knock against him?
Steve Sewell's he's going to Canton. I mean, Sammy Winder, like people can often confuse Walter Payton and Sammy Winder. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, that is Bobby Humphrey. He was a poor man's Barry Sanders. So
I mean, he was no Gene Jelks. I can tell you that. I mean, Vance Jackson, Michael Taylor. Come on.
I still have a Three Amigos poster, Damon.
The same 82 if you squint.
Yeah, that's fair. Vance Johnson was not very good when he went to the Vikings. So
famously.
So we're giving Elway credit for that one. So
wow.
I'm just giving you a hard time, bro.
All right, bro. We better dial in.
Listen, all Bo Jackson talk aside,
you kids.
What happened? What do you mean?
No, you guys just don't get it. I'm reading the comments over here, and I like that there's some what I assume some old people that are all in on Bo Jackson. So.
Why would you assume that, Bruntz?
Because there's a dividing line. It's the same reason that people talk bad about Michael Jordan for some reason in relation to LeBron James, which I'm not going down that. I'm not doing that. We're too far into the preseason to start that conversation. It just seems like there's a generational divide at some point that people have forgotten that there were sports before like 2000. So,
Bruntz, you're only like 3 years older than me.
Dude,
I know.
Your old man takes are always fascinating because you should have been born in the 60s. There's no question.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that you just have to have an appreciation for. Some of us watched some of us watched those games on VCR. Some of us recorded those. Didn't we?
That's how I know how good Steve Young was. I have the VHS, baby.
I've got John Elway's greatest comebacks queued up on the VHS anytime you guys want to come over and watch it.
You know what's funny is I actually had the Broncos-Packers Super Bowl recorded. I probably watched that like 30 times.
Because of your love of John Elway or your anti-Favre takes?
No, I just really liked it was one of those things where I wanted to watch more football, and there's like an off season, and I was just like rewatch stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you had to do what you had to do back in the day.
Yeah, you couldn't just like queue up NFL Network and watch like the great or BTN and just watch, hey, it's Nebraska Day on BTN. Let's watch the famous Big Ten Nebraska team take on Miami in the Orange Bowl, right?
Yeah.
For the record, it took me like 25 years to watch that game.
Why?
I just never got around to it. I'm pretty sure I knew the ending. Hey.
Somebody told you the result though, right?
Damn.
It's kind of when I watched Tulsa King 4 years later from when it came out. It's like, don't ruin it for me. Hey, don't tell me what happens at the end of season 1. You're like, that was like 2020. Devil's in the details. Bruntz, talk to me about, because it's different, right? Dan Lanning came out day before yesterday, and he said, this is on social media. I went back and watched the context of how he said it. He said, Oregon, I could see us rotating between 6 to 8 linemen. And I clipped it. I sent it to L3, and I was like, hey, remember my hot take in February where I said, I'm just not sure about Oregon up front. And I said that's different than if Nebraska said we could play 6 to 8 linemen, because Gatula, Sledge, and Kanak have all played at a decent level in Power 4 football games. Do you buy that argument that because the comments in the Oregon section were all, this isn't good, we need to settle in, we've got too much around us. Like, just the comment section on social media was overly pessimistic. Yeah, if we said that here, we'd be like, oh, that'd be the first time in fill in the amount of years. Do I lack objectivity if I try to convince you of that?
You mean offensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The other name that, by the way, the names you mentioned, I think are good there. Preston Talmua's name keeps coming up from guys.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because at first I was like, Justin Evans mentioned him in Chicago just kind of without prompting, but he just called him Preston, and I was like, who's Preston? And I was like, oh, right, okay. So
he hit Sledge with Sammy. I was like, oh, Bob?
Yeah. That took me a minute too. I was like, you need like the quotes, the parentheses with the last name there to help me out. So would we be concerned if Nebraska played 6 to 8, or is that what you're?
Yeah, it's different. In Oregon we look at that as a negative, but at Nebraska we would look at that as a positive.
Yeah. No, I mean it's. I'd be eager to see at Nebraska how deep they get with that group, because you got your 5. Gatula slots in there somewhere.
Yep.
I don't know, and then it'll be
Sledge is really good.
Yeah, well, and he can play 2 spots, which helps you if you need him to. But yeah, I mean, how will Jeep kind of handle that? I think in the spring he said that they wanted to get to 7 or 8. I think, and I don't know. Sometimes that always feels like a little bit of an off-season talking point. Of
I agree.
Yeah, we'd love to have 8. And then when you get to the season and it's, you're in the bullets are flying.
My guys.
You got 6. Or like wide receiver depth is kind of the same way too. And that's not talking about this year's team, but it's always like, wow, we got 8 guys that can play. And then you get to October and you're rotating 4 or 5. But I don't know. I mean, it's, with this particular offensive line group, the fact that you do have some flexibility with guys like Tyler Knack, with Talmu is kind of the same way a little bit too. I think he's got a guard tackle background. Gatula, I think, can play a number of spots. If you have to get into your depth or, whatever, it is kind of an interesting conversation, I think, because, Sludge can help you at center. He played some guard in the bowl game. So, I think there's been so much focus, rightfully so, this offseason on the first five that are up with the offensive linemen. But there is a little bit more positional depth there, in part because you've got guys that can help you at different positions, I guess. So, it is interesting, though. I mean, I think there's this perception that, there was so much rotation along the offensive line when they were at their best. And I don't know that, when the game was actually a doubt, if that was actually the case.
Bruntz, how much of the confidence in that offensive line group and playing multiple guys and the rotation there is, in your opinion, to do with the fact that we just like Jeep Wade so much and we kind of trust that situation because of him?
Yeah. Well, he's got the trust until he doesn't.
Sure.
And then, I think, when you're talking offensively about this team, I mean, I think the top two reasons for optimism are the offensive line that you've rebuilt and the fact that you have a new offensive line coach too, that, I think are pretty good coaches and have a pretty good handle of that thing. So, I do think, though, that there is, when you start digging into snap counts and experience and that kind of stuff, I mean, it is nice to have a guy like Gunnar Gatula, who's not even in the conversation right now for a lot of people, who has Big Ten starting experience. So that's nice to have. And it's, Tyler Knack has played multiple spots. Sam Sludge has been around the program for a long time. So it's part of it's Jeep Wade. I mean, I think you also need to see what this is actually going to look like on the field too. I mean, he's in the honeymoon period, and rightfully so, with the amount of recruiting he's done and the enthusiasm with which he's done that. But, he's also, got, I think, a pretty good group, and we'll see how that plays out. But I do think, based on what he did at Georgia Tech and at other spots, and you hear, guys like Paul Mabenga that have played at, LSU talk about him. And I think there's a lot of intrigue there.
Let me ask you something, Bruntz. Same, different. If it's same, why? If it's different, why? In the spring, I asked you what position group you would go watch if you only got 30 minutes. I think there's media Saturday or whatever.
Tuesday, yeah.
Is it Tuesday?
I think they're going to let us see a little bit on Tuesday.
Okay.
That's the rumor.
Well, okay. Is it?
What? No, sorry.
The rumor hit me funny. Sorry. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why.
We say he's funny. He deflects. He doesn't know why. I think he clearly knows why. He's just funny. Bruntz, same, different, and why? Where are you going?
Different. In the spring, I said the offensive line because you wanted to see what those three guys looked like. Like you wanted to see what Tree Babalade looked like as a tackle, and kind of how that picture looked.
That's where you were sprinting with that big old heavy camera.
That's true. I was. It was like the old days when Alabama used to have their autograph days, and guys would come sprinting in down the tunnel. That's basically what it was. But I think now, I would probably go defensive line. I would stick with the lines. It's Matt Rule said in Chicago they want to get 8 up front if they can, and I think what that 8 looks like and who they are and that kind of thing. I think I would probably go there. And it's when they've got the edges and they've got the defensive tackle groups together, it's kind of a fun juxtaposition between Corey Brown and Roy Manning and the way they kind of coach. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So I think I would go tearing into the practice facility and probably go there.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Is it different? I will say that's a good little sneaky point, Bruntz, especially for the limited time that you get. The contrast versus and the collab between Brown and Coach Manning.
Mm-hmm. I would want to see the dynamics there.
It's fascinating. I mean, that's like.
I also feel like I know more.
Teaching 101. That's actually, I probably spent the first 30 minutes in that corner. And it was just naturally. And I only wanted to watch the teaching. I just kind of.
Mm-hmm. You just like how they teach.
It was so finite in detail with their hands. I was like, oh, I want to go listen. And then 30 minutes later, I was still over there. Like, that's a fast. What gets your attention about watching those two? Like, why'd you say that?
Well, because they're new. I think I'm eager to kind of see how, like how coaches put their staffs together is also kind of interesting to me, right? Like, you have guys handling which groups. How do those groups kind of play off of one another? Because I mean that's one position that maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I mean it's kind of like safeties and corners. Like how do those two mesh together? How does that coaching kind of play off of one another? So, I guess that's kind of why I'm interested there. And it's a big group too. And, in Chicago, when you say 8, you kind of start going through it in your head and you're like, who's the 8? Like, is there more than 8 that are there? So I think just kind of seeing that group up front, up close, and also, I haven't seen them, coming off of the summer. Like, are guys bigger? Are they, I don't think we need to get into the discussion about, size and whatever, but, I am kind of curious to see how those guys kind of reshape things. So, like coming out of the spring, Jasir Whittington talked a lot about, how important the offseason was going to be for him and weight and finding the right balance there and things like that. So I think that's probably where I'd go.
Bruntz, how long would it take you to get to the safeties and Tyler Yelk?
Well, they're all the way over on the other side of the field, so quite a while.
They actually are.
They kind of tuck them away in the back.
They're the furthest.
So it'd take me a while. But no, I think that's a group that's very interesting. That whatever that corner spot's going to be across from Andrew Marshall is going to be interesting. Not only where it starts, but maybe where it is in, let's say, like October. I think.
That might be critical for the defense as a whole.
And so I think that's where if I could see over there, and you might need to get like the binoculars out and really get over there, but that's where my interest would lie.
You have to kind of, it's weird because you'll learn more as the season starts. But if Nebraska has different starters or integral parts on the defense later in the season than earlier in the season, could you convince yourself that that's part of the development
of players? Yeah. I would. I think so. I think that's why. And it's not. I don't think it's a matter of indecision. Like I wouldn't view it that way.
Based on the personnel or kind of how they're built from a competitive standpoint. Well, I guess those are kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same thing. I think it's also where guys are at in their careers. Like if they're younger, if they're not. I think that's kind of why I think that. The defensive backfield. I think the running back spot's kind of the same boat. Where like are guys going to, what's it going to look like week 1 versus when you're boarding the plane going to East Lansing. Those are kind of. I kind of put those in my head in kind of the same group of, this might look a little bit different based on what you see the first 3-4 games of the season.
So you do put running backs in that category?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was listening to Jeremiah Searles. He does a really good job on the radio network during his segments. And he said one of the things that he was looking for, and it was funny because he gave it perspective. I think the question either Jess asked him was about blocking up front in the offensive line development for running backs that are developing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, fortunately, I didn't have to worry about that. I had Halou and Burkhead, then it was Burkhead and
yeah, they had a heck of a run.
Like
and then Amir.
And then he said Amir on the tail end of that, and he said in the league, the short time he was in Minnesota, he's like, oh, there was this guy named Adrian Peterson. So it was just funny perspective. It was like, but he said something earlier, or he said something that gave me pause, and I didn't know if it was right or wrong. I just thought about it. He said, for linemen, look for the back that gets off to the good start early. Like, who's establishing themselves in camp, because he felt like the sooner the better. And I was like, ooh, that's fascinating with this Nebraska group, because they're all a little bit different. And I don't know if you're going to get that early. So not that it would be a detriment. I just don't know if that would reveal itself and early in the season, especially how you put them in the same category as the evolution of what happens with an inexperienced and young deep secondary.
Well, and not only that, but like, are you for the running backs? Like, are you also like for younger guys? Like, yeah, you're going to get guys can establish themselves early, but there's also probably a little bit more volatility there too, right? Like, I'm assuming, like maybe I'm wrong, but not only the running piece of it, but also pass protection. I mean, I'm envisioning there's going to be some days where guys have really good days and days where maybe they don't, just because you're new to it. A guy like Jamal Rule probably didn't have to do it a ton in high school, and it's a little bit different when you've got somebody like Owen Chambliss coming across your face every day. So I think that's kind of where I put it. It's a good point. Like, I absolutely a good point. I think that's why you probably also, whoever establishes themselves kind of early in camp and that first scrimmage or whatever, there's probably some benefits to, momentum and you do well early, you start getting a few more reps, that kind of thing. But, I think there's, in my mind too, at least a little bit of like, can you also do it when the lights are on? So I don't know.
And there are some guys, because running backs are weird. A lot of times when you see it early, you know it. But there are some guys that, are going to take a little bit of time. Like, I look at this is a weird analogy because it's Kansas City, but a lot of people follow Emmett. It's like DeMercado is going to be a guy that's going to, I think, is a really good back in Kansas City. I think he's going to be a sneaky good fantasy pick. I think he's going to play a significant role, and people are going to wonder where he came from. So sometimes it can happen like that, and I have seen the really good backs that they pop early and people say, oh, you just know, right? And I'm always a little reluctant because I've been fooled a couple of times, right? Terrell Newby got me, Leon Jackson got me, where I had to, it took me a little time to recalibrate. Aaron Green got me. I didn't see it early, but it was really good late at TCU. So I'm a little slower to go. There's some things that I look for. And I say all that to say,
what do you look for?
Effort. Like, how hard you have to work to get the desired outcome. I like a little smoother. I like a little more natural. That's kind of what my eye gravitates towards. But I look at a guy like Ives, who I watched really close yesterday, because he's the one guy whose physique doesn't look like the others. He's sleek, he's long, he's high cut, he's older. And so I just was kind of watching him, and I'm like, he's vastly different in just 8 months. And I'm not even going to say to the good or to the bad, because, again, people don't know how to handle that. But remember, he was the short yardage guy, and he had the thick trunk. But he looks different to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the same person. So I always wonder with running backs, I think I'm a lot more patient, because some guys aren't as complete. One of the reasons I like Portis is because he could run behind base and doubles, or he could run zone. Right? There aren't a lot of interchangeable backs. Some guys are like duo zone guys. Some guys are, hit it, split it, power, counter kind of guys. Some can do it all. Like, So I found myself being a little more patient with running backs.
That's fair.
That makes sense, but
yeah, no, it makes sense. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's why. I mean, I would be surprised if there was like a very clear pecking order right out of the gates that stayed exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there's
like EJ clearly got better, pressing the point of attack, not making moves behind the line of like it took time, and then his feel got to be really good, right? But it's like he got better as he went along.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's a pretty good example of somebody that maybe you wouldn't want to, say you had the book on right out of the first year, So maybe there's some of those guys in that room right now.
Have you thought about, or do you care, I guess maybe is the better way to phrase this, about how sort of the distribution within the running back room looks? Or because like people last year were like, I'd like to see some other backs get more touches, but
we got a lot of revisionist history when it comes to how last year panned out.
Right, like this was a thing. We're like, hey, are we going to develop any other backs? Is it just going to be EJ? And then he ends up being who he was last year. And we're like, well, it's hard to take the ball out of that guy's hands. Like, do you have a sense of, yeah, I'd kind of like it if it was a little bit more evenly distributed? You've got different guys for different situations, or do you just like, hey, I just want it to be effective, I don't care?
Probably Tommy Lee Jones in the dam. I mean, I don't. However it gets done. I mean, I think you need to have a couple guys that you can count on who are a little bit more of a every down type back. Emmett last year was a little bit, I think, of a unique situation because not only certainly the talent, what he could do, but also I think just the durability aspect that he brought to the table was pretty unique. Given the workload that he took on. So I don't have in my mind like it's got to be 2012 and then a short yardage back. I mean, I think you kind of have to have a pecking order in some ways because I think you can kind of outthink yourself sometimes if you're getting a little too fine with, certain backs in certain situations. Like I prefer somebody that, can kind of do a little bit of everything for you because I think it makes life a little bit easier as a play caller when you have that. But, I think that's why with that group, the way it is now, I think I'm willing to kind of let it go a few games before really kind of, forming any really hard opinions about, what the correct order is, who should be getting more carries, that kind of thing. Because it's, especially with the schedule that Nebraska is going to be playing, I mean, I think you kind of have to look at the total body of work during the non-conference play before you really, settle into things going in the Big Ten play.
I don't care. Understanding that you can use Bonner and Carter in multiple ways, because I think Janarian Bonner is the forgotten man. I think the world of him and his work ethic. But I give you Danny King, Echternock, Ingerson, Luke Sorensen, Lindemeyer, Carter Nelson. How you feel about the tight end room?
I feel okay about it. I like what Lindemeyer can be as a front end tight end. I think that looked pretty good. I think I'd feel better, even better than I do about.
Good.
Yeah. I'm either Ingerson, like if that comes along a little bit, I like what he can do as like an inline blocker, and I think he's probably. What did I say?
Bruntz, I was standing next to Kyle yesterday, and we were just talking about like different personnels, and like out of nowhere, he looked at me and he goes, and he just happened to be like 15 yards from us, and he goes, "Look at Eric Ingerson. Like, how is that guy not gonna play?" Like, if you just looked at him, it's like he's a giant.
I always appreciated during his recruiting process. I forget which coach it was that did an in-home visit, and it was like a picture of the family, and he was like massive, but was still like the smallest guy in the picture. I was like, how does this work? So
yeah, because Kyle, his brother was tall. His parents are tall. Like,
yeah.
But I looked at him, and he was jogging off the field yesterday with some of the other tight ends because they kind of walked off as a group, and they were some of the last guys out there. And I go, geez, man. I go, have you decided if you're going to play ball or you're just going to model? Because he's like the 2-in-1. He's this giant kid with this pretty free-flowing hair. He's good looking, and he's a jerk to practice against, which I like. But it's like the room has some range.
Yeah.
Right? You can put him on front side, inline. Hector Knox in the backfield. You can move Bonner. You can move Carter. Danny King's really I think they have some range within the room if they can figure out how to piece it together.
Well, and even Sorensen, I mean, he started out as an offensive tackle.
Yeah, he moves people. You can tell he's got O-lineman in him.
He's a great blocker. He's also, from talking to our people in Southern California, one of the more underrated athletes at that size that they had, I mean, he's out there doing 7-on-7 at that size. Like it's, pretty good picture there. So, that's a group that I think the pieces are there. It's just how does everything kind of fit together, who emerges, that kind of thing. But, the mix of guys is very interesting. And then, can Carter Nelson get going? He was behind the 8 ball last year with the injuries, missed the spring, position change, was basically trying to learn tight end on the fly during the year. So he's kind of the ultimate X factor on that offense in my mind, is like, how do you kind of unlock that? What does that look like? And, because I think he's a pretty good talent. But he's just kind of been up against it with injury circumstances and whatnot. So, maybe I would have gone there, to go back to your original question, is I would go defensive line and then hope that the tight ends are somewhere nearby so I could see them too.
Yeah. Because I've kind of been talking about them in the offseason. So I was just looking for confirmation, because sometimes I listen for what I want to hear, or I see what I want to see, but that's not a room that I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of concerned. Like, because I like Coach Satt's individual. I like how he teaches. He's hard on guys. He's really demanding because he sees big picture. And I think it's a underappreciated. I don't know about underrated yet. I don't want to set expectation levels for talent, but I think it's a underappreciated room.
Well, it's if you were ranking what you talk about in the offseason on offense right now, tight ends, it's DFL, right? Like that's we were doing like season preview stuff, and I was like, man, we really haven't talked about that group much at all. I think part of it's just kind of wondering, how all this is, what that picture is going to look like. So I don't know, but there's some interesting pieces there.
And you have a position coach who doesn't say. I mean, he's business. He's all business. He ain't about so that room kind of fits his temperament.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Going back to a few of those bigger guys. I mean, I can't recall a tight end room at Nebraska that's had that kind of just beef to it. I mean, there's some big humans in that room.
Wait till you see Bonner up close. It's like he looks 40.
He's enormous.
And he's just this big, yoked, grown man, this full face, and even yesterday, I was like, can I talk to you for a second?
Was that after he shoved you in the locker? Like he...
Well, you're coming off the jugs machine, and there wasn't really anybody out there, so it was awkward. But I just wanted to walk with him.
You think he was going to steal your lunch money or something? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Okay, we're doing too much. I put up with the locker thing.
Bruntz, we appreciate the time. As always, great stuff. We'll talk to you later.
Yep. See you guys.
Thanks, Bruntz.
That's Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7. Let's take a quick break here, then we will wrap up the show.
You're stupid.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll try not to lose any lunch money here on the way out. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Feeling tired? Foggy? Just off? At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, we offer hormone evaluations, peptides, supervised weight management for men and women. Most insurance accepted. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com.
Actually, last year this past year at the Super Bowl, and when it was in San Francisco, I was at a dinner for Gatorade, and I had wanted to introduce myself to George Kittle, and him and his wife had both said that they had watched us play before. So that was a really cool moment, and I actually saw Claire at the World Cup. What was that, 2 weeks ago? So that was a cool moment for me, because I'm like, see, like, these people are seeing it, like, they're watching. I would say that one was pretty cool for me, and I also think Claire Kittle is just, like, the coolest person ever. I think she's, excuse my language, I think she's a badass, but that was definitely a cool one. And then Tom Brady, probably.
Ooh,
I know
that is cool.
I know Tom and I have some connections to Michigan. Obviously, he played there. My uncle is the AD, godfather. And I believe that he knew my dad to some capacity, so I know there's a connection there. But that was pretty cool.
He shouted you out in his Instagram story too.
Yeah, he did.
That was cool.
It was cool.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ.
When he says 20, he means 20.
Yeah, listen, he's on it. Well, we got the new, did you see the new graphic coming back here with like all the moving parts and whatever?
It's like an imitation apparently is the best form of flattery. I see a lot of people talking lower thirds and getting images. And I'm like, this must be a thing. I feel like we are fairly cutting edge. Is that how this audio visual thing works with?
Somebody's got to start the trend, right? You know, you
disseminating information.
You can't always just have a webcam like right here on somebody's face, looking at them from 6 inches away. So you know, we're just trying to elevate everybody's game. We're here to help, DB. We're just here to help everybody. Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.
I think.
Just not as much as we all love Janarin Bonner.
Or apparently in the chat, tater salad.
What
do you mean?
We love Bonner.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, okay.
Oh, please, Flaky Jake. Me picking on Austin? Come on.
We never pick on Austin.
I should have asked Flaky Jake, how do you feel about your Braves at the deadline?
Ooh.
He's a Bravo. He's one of the. You could talk to Flaky Jake about live betting. I think the only thing Flaky Jake turns down is his collar.
I'll be honest. I don't do.
He's a big Golden State guy too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can commiserate over the horrible things they've done to Wardell, Stephen Curry the last few years.
If you don't stop calling him that.
Why? His government.
You want him to stop calling him by his name?
Wardell, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, because so many people call him Wardell, Rico.
I like to call him Wardell when he's standing on business, because it's a more formal. Steph is very, informal, where it's like, man, you
feel like your boys?
When he's killing an entire country of France in the Olympics, you got to call him Wardell.
Okay.
Have you heard the French call? They straight up call him the devil.
Yeah, they were all left for dead. That game was on the verge of being embarrassing.
He goes, the play-by-play goes, oh no, Curry, that man is the devil.
I was watching him shoot their eye out in the living room in Central City.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was that Zickman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to remember where all your friends live.
I was like, well, there's very few. Very few.
Well, I know where I live. I know where.
Hit them with a grenade may get them all. Picking on Austin. Austin has been unusually quiet
He
today.
has been. I don't know if he might be busy trying to work on the echo issue.
Yeah, and when he comes out here and he only says like one or two things and he's super serious, I was like, that's no fun.
Oh, Flaky Jake says fire Alex Anthropoulos. That's how I feel, DB.
Well, he's been exec of the year.
I agree on Joe Lacob, Flaky Jake.
I told you, hey, he's a hot take, dude. He's always got these funny opinions.
Sell the team. You made your money. Sell the team.
Would you stop?
Nope, I will not.
You're all sell.
He's
Sell
spoiled.
the Red Sox. Sell everybody.
I've come around on the Red Sox. I may have been premature on that, but we've been doing this for several years with the Warriors, where they are just absolutely not appreciating what they have, and so I'm sell the team or trade Steph. Those are my options.
Premature, like
I was a little early on the Red Sox. That's my bad.
Yeah, you're like the clear stuff that people didn't know actually works. Like it can ruin the big picture. Like just chill. Like wait it out. What?
I don't know what you're referring to.
I feel like I know what you're referring to, but I hope you're not.
Hey, by the way, are you going to move teams when they get rid of him?
You mean like Barry Bonds, like the cream and the clear, like the steroids? Is that what you mean? Ruin the big picture of his legacy and not being.
I think he means what we think he means.
So like Barry Bonds.
Yes.
With the cream and the clear.
Yeah, like
the
just,
ointments. It's the flaxseed oil.
Like just chill and see it through. It's much better
like
playing the long game.
Like the flaxseed oil. Where he's, and he's just like,
move on, Rico.
And it ruined the big picture of him being a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, like just wait it out.
I'm trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to move back on the sports.
I am too. I'm talking about Barry Bonds. I'm trying to help you. Help me help you.
It's fine.
To answer your question, Shane, yes, I am only a Warriors fan because of Steph Curry. I've been very clear about that. And I know it drives DB crazy. I don't care.
You're not going to – I'm like not all of a sudden going to be like Team D Marinas with the Bulls because of Caleb Wilson.
I love Caleb Wilson. And if I'm right about that, I'm going to be pretty annoying about it, which is not unusual. But I will say –
How long is it going to take you for – like what's he have to do?
Oh, it's not a –
Be the best player in the draft in like 4 years?
I don't know. If he's just really good, I'll be really happy. I'll be like,
I think people thought he's going to be really good. I need a line of demarcation if you're going to have the green flag.
Better than Darren Peterson. That's it. He's better than Darren Peterson.
Okay.
And I get that's subjective, but like if he's better than Darren Peterson, I'll feel good. Because that was kind of my like, hey, you got to – I think you got to ride with the guy that you know is just going to be hyper competitive and play his ass off and like –
And apparently has a bunch of skill sets that we never got to saw in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, him going like 7 for 10 in an NBA Summer League game, if Hubert Davis...
And that wasn't the only game he shot it well.
No, he shot well pretty much the whole summer.
Yeah.
But if Hubert Davis hadn't gotten fired, he would have after that game.
Does Illinois... This is weird to get into college basketball real quick, but does Illinois' injury situation change the way you feel, or are you just waiting to see...
With Mirkovic?
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting to see. I'm worried that this late in the season
foot?
he's having a foot surgery.
Yeah.
Because that's foot surgery with the basketball players freak me out, man.
And a big guy.
And especially if you're over like 6'6". That starts to get dicey in a hurry. So I'm in full wait and see mode on that one. Like I don't love Underwood anyway. So listen, I don't trust him in the tournament. Like he's a really good accumulator of talent. I don't always love what they do offensively, even when they've got good players. Like it gets a little isolation, one-on-one bogged down for me. Like I don't love that, especially like if you've got that many good players, it should look better than that. And they've had good players for a while now. Whether it's Jakachonis, whether it's Wagler, whether it's Bosley, like they've had good players, they've had good guards, they've got Mirkovic. There's another guy, I'm forgetting, another bigger guy, and I think he's back.
Oh, as
they have a nickname for him, and I can't ever remember. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, he's had a lot of really good players at a variety of positions, guards and bigs, where it's like, hey, it should look easier than this when you don't just have one guy. Like, if Wagler doesn't go for 50 against Purdue, that offense looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if he goes for like a normal.
You talk about going to take a victory lap.
Yeah, on Wagler.
We'll see. I mean, I'll be patient, not earlier, premature. Rico, are you excited that there's football tonight with Team Neutron playing tonight?
No, I forgot that was happening.
No. Hey, I'll be honest.
Jimmy Neutron.
What do you mean?
Are you excited to watch your Panthers play, or are you afraid somebody's going to get hurt? He's probably
he might be doing something.
It's okay.
Considering everybody for the Panthers is getting hurt.
Well, Panthers and 49ers, I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
Oh, did you see Twitter the other day with Becky?
Yeah, I did.
She's like, studies show.
Sure, it's a coincidence.
And I was like, oh boy, he's gonna be mad again.
I'm not mad. It's already what I believe, so it's just validation. I struggle with preseason football sometimes, especially the early games where you get like
I don't.
You get like one series of.
Yeah, I get it early, but there's rookies you want to watch.
There are, and I will watch that for. Who's Hurrdat Chicken?
That is a great handle.
I have no idea. That's incredible.
I'm putting that on my listener list.
Dude?
Yeah, that's the Hurrdat Chicken.
That is
with the heavy bunda.
Yeah, man. Jeez. Got lead in his pencil.
Must have got a neck gen.
Pre-lead?
Hit the flipping music.
To answer your question, Hurrdat Chicken, I love Barry Bonds.
Yeah, you do have a weird affinity.
I'm a big Barry Bonds fan, so there's no question there.
But you're also all in on performance enhancing.
I bring steroids back in baseball, baby. I'm here for it. I'm all in.
I'm all in on the Hurrdat Chicken.
Of course you are.
I mean, that is a great handle right there.
It is a great handle. I think that's the first time they've commented, or it's the first time I've seen it at least.
Hurrdat_chicken.
That is the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We will be back tomorrow to wrap up your week. Make sure you come out and see us over at the Pinnacle Bank Championship at Indian Creek. We'll have a good time this weekend, and we will see you on the show tomorrow.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.